realize that, well, maybe going forward isn't the most desirable place to be right away. Mainly, and I say this very lightly in the sense that I totally think you guys would have been fine, but mainly because you might have heard the fiendish individual speaking to another, and they didn't sound very satisfied with what they were finding. But you all found an alternate route, well, for you, and you chose that of using these beautiful, magnificent, magma-proof wooden boats to head down Wonka's interesting lane of foundry travels. Is there any conversation that happens? Well, this boat travel takes a bit lengthier in time than initially anticipated. Ali seems though very comfortable with the constant heat and, simplicity of movement. Is there anything the rest of you would be discussing or bringing up as your travels continue onward?
Yeah. Concerned about what the core is going to bring. Yeah, I think pills would just be like, I think we just need to be like really on guard and prepared for whatever's going to be in this core, because the core sounds like it's important and scary.
As he says this, Wrath is just gonna hug the bear and just take a long rest. I'll be on guard.
You got it.
I think Hazel is also a little bit concerned. She doesn't like it down there.
It's different as this is your guys' little scene. You guys can see where you can see this little scene here thrown up for you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you guys are just put you guys in one boat. I specified one boat, but you see others that were previously left behind. And as you head through, it's interesting because though you see the plumes of heat and sulfur plots just going off and the density of the air strickening, you also are experiencing a coolness, almost as if there's like the sweet kiss of thin air slipping through all of this compression, passing by, almost giving you guys like a kiss that there's something worth continuing to, almost luring you in, as if that's that sweet bit of oxygen. You're just curious to breathe a bit further. Some time passes where you have some small talk and brief discussions, and in that period, an entire long rest occurred. I believe Hazel and Pill still need to trigger their long rest to get that benefit.
Apologies.
Oh, you're totally fine. You guys were fixing up the mic, so you're all good.
What a long rest.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
You notice that time seems to be going lengthy, longer than you anticipated, but yet you're moving forward. You pass many boats, some completely empty, others with bodies ridden and rotten down to that of just the bones, some even a bit bone meal by now because of some kind of collision or other catastrophe. Pills, go ahead and give me an insight check.
One of my strongest skills.
You squeeze tight your brain and you're like, when did magma flow so deep, and when on earth did anyone discover the core? You don't know. That's why you're so excited. This is going to be great. If there's any artifacts worth stealing, it's going to be at the core. Hands down.
Not stealing.
Acquiring. Yeah, achieving safety for, of course. Of course. Right. Right. You begin to hear a bit more kind of like splotching, almost as if the magma was falling over some kind of waterfall-like cliffside up ahead. It's not fast as you are on magma, but you do know at some point it is slopping down to some other length further below, based off of the sound.
Can we see? I'm going to look out from the front of the boat and see if I can see.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Let's see if you can notice the horizon break.
Another of my strong skills. Good lord.
You know what? We're getting those numbers out of the way. They're just getting out of
Phils,
the way.
you are the captain, and you're looking ahead, and you're like, "It's fine. It's fine. It's the other way. It's not where we're going."
It don't go down. It don't go down.
Confident. Yeah, you guys are only getting closer. Does anyone else? I noticed. I recall. Wrath saying that he was taking a nap, so that's why he hasn't been called upon. But Hazel, is there anything you wish to try to perceive or inquire from your surroundings, other than depending
Yeah, do
on
I notice
purely?
something around me?
Go ahead and give me
Something
a nature check. Let's see if you notice your general vibe. It's starting to birth, but birth in a descending nature. You've been at an incline this entire period, which has slowly been hastening your speed through the magmal's pool, but it hasn't been significant enough to feel any kind of difference within the, vessel itself. You do notice that there's a very good chance that the cliffhanger to come could be on all fronts, not just the neighboring one in which Pills stated for the team.
Sorry. So, what do we see exactly? Like a waterfall of magma in front of us?
More like hearing.
Hearing. Okay.
No, there's nothing going on there. It's totally fine. Stop worrying about it.
I
don't
do you guys
see
want to wake me
anything.
up?
Oh yeah, we have to wake him up. I tried to wake you up. Yeah,
God, stop! Don't wake him up. It's fine. Let him sleep.
Wrath
not
is
sure about
awakened
that.
by Hazel. Hazel seems frazzled. Pills seems confident that things are okay.
Do
Wrath, insight check. Let's see how you feel waking up just off of this vibe.
insight check.
Things are worrisome.
Good Lord.
I thought I was gonna roll a 4. That was scary. What are you guys hearing right now? Did you guys hear something?
It's totally fine.
Do
Go
I
back
see
to
any?
sleep.
Do I see any oars on the boat at all?
No, this boat has like oars to like re-navigate. No, everything seems as if it just follows this natural pool.
Okay. Me being a little cautious right now, I would want to look around the surroundings just in case there are any monsters that are going to ambush us.
Okay, go and give me a survival check.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, what kind of check? Sorry.
So
What was that?
survival.
Survival. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
It doesn't seem like anything dangerous is lurking around or staring out at you in any kind of way, for that matter. Though there is absolutely a cliff coming, and it's not so much of a magma fall, more of a magma slop, as whatever it's falling on seems to be not magma and material completely. So it's almost as if it's either found a new pocket to fall into, or there is a solid surface in which it is falling onto and bleeding off into something else.
Ooh, that doesn't seem very good, guys. That doesn't sound very good. Do we? What do you think we should do, Pills? Should we redirect the boat somehow?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think everything's fine.
Sure.
What's wrong? What's the issue? We're just meandering down the magma river to the core.
You
I
being
just-
the tallest
Sure
of them
you
all,
on the
Wrath,
right track.
realize the problem. Their lack of vision is significant in this predicament.
Can I lift up Pills and put them on my shoulders, or on my big fat head, and just like hold them up there and
Tails, from this vantage
the
point, you
cliff.
absolutely see about 30 feet or so ahead, there is a potential gap.
Oh my god!
What do we do? What do we do?
Sorry, were there any oars?
Nope.
No.
Shit.
Is there anything that we can use like a rope to kind of
You guys
lasso
have rope
and
on yourselves? I believe someone said they were taking the rope back after using it, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I thought Hazel had rope.
Hazel loaned me some rope for the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
I do not
The
have any rope.
succulent underground crab corpse.
I have 2.
Okay, so we have some rope.
All right. Hazel provides yet another rope. What do you try to toss it onto? You got some stalagmites, some stalactites. You got some just general, natural cavern debris. Now consider that anything you hook to with a strong enough pull could snap, break, or cause more concerns. You guys have that much understanding of your situation.
Pills, what do you think we should tie off to? Do we see another path that we should be going to anyways?
It kind of like bleeds off into like a couple routes, but each route you would assume heads to the same place. Just
How far are
considering.
we from each bank?
You're probably each bank is probably sitting around 15 feet from where you're across from each way. You can easily pull and reroute yourself from where you are. If you go in another 10 feet, it'll get significantly more difficult.
Okay, let's try to
Just
reroute.
throw the closest thing.
All right, let's throw it on some stalagmites.
The ones that come up from the bottom.
The mites, yeah.
Okay. I don't know which the tights or the mites.
The bottoms are the mites, just like mice,
Alright.
and then tights come down.
Oh, no.
Interesting way of remembering it.
Mites like mice.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Because we've rolled a 22 on survival. That's how I know. Just kidding.
there you go. I like it. As you throw it, who's throwing the rope?
Oh, who's better at throwing? Who's got best decks, I guess?
It will be a sleight of hand.
Oh, sleight of hand. Oh, that's definitely not me.
I'll throw it.
Ooh, breaking up a little bit?
He said he's throwing. He'll throw it.
Yeah.
I got a pretty decent sleight.
Oh, yeah, better than me.
I was really hoping he messed it up and just like fed it to the lava. You know, I was hoping he just like let it slip. It was just like, oh.
I rolled my 0 for the night. Thank you.
He's a little still drunk inside the gin.
There you go. Easy.
I
It's
pass
nice
it
and
off
taut.
to Raph. No, you pull.
All right, and I start pulling it.
You see that the magma is not used to a opposite force of it as it begins to fold itself, kind of like folding cheese into a massive molten pot.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
It eventually separates and goes around you, but because it's like slow and steady and like carrying resin, it's not something that's very fluid and it's just like, oh, let me just disperse for you. You're just more like it stacks up briefly and then it resides back down before dipping into the boat, allowing you to, as you pacefully pull yourself up to the mouth of 3 channels. Each one is now navigatable with enough persistence of your guys' team in the situation you find yourselves. You are now considered anchored.
When we were going off into the one that could have killed us, potentially, was that which path of the 3?
So let me just give you a little doodle real quick.
Oh, it's actually right there. Huh.
No, I'm like actually drawing it. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Help you out.
The theater of the mind. Just kidding.
I don't know what that is. Let's ignore that doodle completely. Special edition. So we have obviously left, right, and center. We'll keep it simple. You guys were going down the center originally.
Do we see which side between left or right? Or
like
is the left and right channel, which one's bigger, I guess?
Okay, so the left would probably be a larger berth of about 22 feet. So let me just go ahead and jot this right here for you. Let's see, so the left side has a berth of 22 feet wide. And then you guys were... Oh, let me just get rid of these lines. Boom. The center one... I'm just going to update your guys' little page here for visual reference. Just clicking the wrong tool. This one was the drop 30 feet in. And the right side, you don't know.
So we're at the bank or the
Yeah.
shore.
So you guys are like
whatever.
here in the basically here,
On
and
the
you get to
right side.
decide.
Or on the
Yeah.
left side.
Yeah, in dead center. Also, cause okay. You guys pulled yourself up probably yay near, so you're infavorable to the unknown path.
What do you
Okay.
think, Pills? While I'm still holding the rope anchoring us. Where should we
So,
push off?
I would go to the left.
Do you think the core is hotter usually, or is it usually the path that has more magma? What do you think, Pills?
I don't know that I would know anything about the core per se.
Hmm.
Like I know the Underdark, but I don't know if I know like this.
You don't know anything beyond this, but they're looking to you for aid. So you either provide the hope or you let them know that you guys have none.
Well, of course, I know what we're doing, right? Obviously, the middle's a bad idea. 22 feet seems fine. But I feel like the movie is call me.
What was that? Your voice is getting higher and higher.
I think Pills would recommend us going to the right.
Going to the right? The unknown?
Yeah, of course.
Wrath likes this. What say you, Hazel?
Hazel is more cuddling with Elliot. It's so great.
You'll get used to it.
Okay, let's go to the right.
So, where are we tied off to? Like the bank of one of the sides?
Yeah,
or-
there's like a stalagmite into the ground that's like holding you guys off. Now you imagine that if the rope were to touch anything other than the solid surfaces here, it would burn. So you're kind of he's holding it, keeping it above taut, and getting it off is going to be interesting. I mean, I imagine that like you guys are holding yourself, but there's still like maybe a 6-foot rope difference from what you're hooked onto as your anchor compared to where your boat is giving you contact. You can absolutely get out of the boat, but that is your own devices.
Yeah, I just don't know how we're gonna steer it.
We could try to rock the boat
That seems dangerous.
and rock it.
Yeah.
Do we see a
I mean, you could
large
like put your hands out,
and
forcefully use the terrain to, nudge your boat all the way around in a very slowish motion after I described how it could build up and dip into your boat in a very cautious manner, I'd say. It'd probably take you no more than maybe 4 to 5 minutes to maneuver it there, and then you would have to then just either release the rope and or somehow recover the rope.
Yeah, so we could pull us up against the bank, and then we'll just kind of like,
shimmy.
shimmy
It's like
across,
use the wall.
down
Yeah.
the road. Yeah. Also,
Okay.
get the stick out and ready. Poking
Stick
stick.
out. Poke, poke, poke.
'Cause if we have to stop,
Poke.
maybe you can poke the boat and use the command word to hold the stick in place.
So like jab it in the ground, use the command word to hold us in
In the
place.
boat. Like put it in the boat and then use the word so that the stick stays where it is.
Doesn't it just get heavier? Not stays where it is? We could try it. I thought it would just increase its weight.
Any opinions, Hazel? You're there too, hearing this bickering of uncertainties.
I just want to get off the boat here. Be on a safe ground.
None of that is nearby.
Yep.
Either way, we need to shimmy down the thing.
All right, let's
Yes,
shimmy.
shimmy.
I'll get the stick ready,
Shimmy over.
Just in case.
just in case. Yeah.
Continue.
And we'll shimmy on over, and we'll leave the rope. Right? We're not taking it.
I don't know. Are you guys trying to take it?
Yeah, let's take the rope off.
Oh, okay.
Let's try to recover the rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we can do that, I will have the rope at the ready, continually choosing the next suitable place to throw it to in case we need to throw it. If the stick doesn't work, I'll be ready to throw the rope.
You
Okay.
got it. Okay.
Well, we could try it out right now, actually, really quick. We could just try it
so-
out.
I suppose we could.
Yeah, how do you guys recover what is left of the rope? Like, do you just try to like like a weird kind of like send a ripple effect to
So
kind
we
of hook it back
pull,
up?
like, up. If we pull as close as we can get to it, is it in a position that one
It's
of us
about
can
6
reach
feet
it?
away.
Okay, then I would just ask Wrath. You just try to pull it out, pull
All
it
right.
out.
And I'll just like battle roping it.
Give me a athletics check. Why not?
Not gonna work
Seems
out.
reasonable.
Oh boy. 15.
Yeah, you managed to
Battle rope it.
lands back in your guys' favor. You managed to successfully pull it through.
Yeah.
You still have some rope.
And as we start to coast down, I'll just cast the word, or I'll put the rod on the boat and say the word, just to see if
the boat
it
just
stops.
kind of slows down a bit. It doesn't stop completely, though it is getting slower.
Okay, and then I'll say the words again and pick the stick back up, or I'll leave it right there just in case.
A unheard motor of an imagination as you look at the magma just kind of picks back up as you begin to sift through the magma in a more hastened pace than you previously were seconds ago. As you head down this corridor, it's getting a little hot, but instead of it getting hot from below, it's getting hot from above. As you look down and you realize that the water, the magma has sifted into a different form of element as above you, cinders of burning chasms is above, almost as if it's the ground, just hastily catching alight and dropping little embers as they flitter by you like fireflies, hitting the water, giving off this continuous sizzles of just, what is it, like bug light zap sounds, I guess. As you guys are passing through, you realize that no one has come in contact with the water itself. It is, in every visual sense, water, and the fire is now above. Everyone go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, as it's not complicated, but the entire chasm is filled with these little sparks and wisps of loose live flames descending upon you into the now what looks to be aptitude of water, keeping it at bay. Hazel easily just dodges them as if it was that of falling leaves. Pills, for some reason, you're just allured to these things as you're like watching it, and you must just see whether or not the water's putting it out or burning it away. You just need to know. So you touch the water. Ooh, ooh. It is scalding hot. Whether it consumes the fire, puts the fire out, or makes it hotter and burns it, you really don't know. But you do take 1d4 of burning finger damage. So that's 2 points of scalding damage. Wrath.
Don't touch the water.
You feel them kind of hit your shoulders. They're warm. It makes you uncomfortable, but not enough to burn you. You imagine that this alone is not enough to harm anyone unless they were to fall asleep under it and it were to continuously sizzle them and burn enough similar location to wound the skin. But a man of your size and a Goliath, this is only going to get more interesting. As you guys head further down, you realize that the chasm walls are in this kind of melted feel. They're very smooth. It's almost hard to tell whether or not they were tunneled through or burned by the forcefulness of magma and water apparently pulsing and colliding together. What has created this gap? We all wonder. Is there any conversation you guys have in this brief segment of travel?
Pels, are you sure you're on the right way?
Well, it's too late now. We're already going.
Should we be ready for in case this is a monster? I mean, Hills, do you think what do you think created this? Is this anything that you've encountered before?
Would I have encountered anything like this before?
You have heard of creatures that do love lava, hot waters, scalding heats, You would not imagine they are to blame for these massive corridors because they themselves are not this big. But there are creatures that belong in the depths that are known to do certain things. Particularly the creature that you immediately think of is known as a remoras. They're large, terrifying, serpentine-like snake centipede beings that love below surfaces. And their eggs, particularly, lay in that of magma-heated waters and infused with the surroundings of constant boiled essence. But who knows if they're this far down? Hard to tell. But you've heard of creatures, you just can't put your finger and say that's the one. For that. You highly doubt it's a Ramirez, but there are things like such, and if there's things bigger than that, then there are troubles to come.
It could be a creature, but it's probably just natural formation.
Okay. Sounds good to me. What do you think is at the core, Pill or gang?
Something that's very hot.
Ooh. Is the bear gonna be okay in this temperature?
Should we shave her?
How's she
We
how's she doing, Hazel?
Oh, yeah. Do you have a shaven for you?
You have a knife.
Oh no, don't do it. She'll be fine.
Okay. Just offering. If you're interested, we can shave the bear.
Head further.
They don't grow back.
I need all of you guys to give me nature.
Oh boy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
For the person that's down under, you're just the leader, I tell you. Pills and Hazel are distracted with their continued bickering deep below. Hazel's uncertain. Pills is just kind of bullshitting his way through this because he's never been this deep. And Hazel's totally uncomfortable as the compression is getting to her. Wrath. Beyond all that bickering, you notice that it is narrowing. And on top of that all, the ceiling in which the flames were coming from are bleeding like sap and tears of mascara running down the raccoon-walled face as it hits the water. And you see it almost like just a constant line and beam of energy, steady, traversing its path, almost as if the water itself isn't what's guiding its direction. As beneath you, the water and the magma surfaces glow as one. You'd imagine it's still very hot, but what you're seeing is not nature's way of the two interacting.
Oh wow. And I kind of point this out to the team here. I ask, do you guys think? What do you guys think this is creating? This is this magic or is this some type of natural phenomenon?
So if he points it out to us that
Mm-hmm.
like it's not natural looking, or we would understand that.
Yeah. You would understand that, the lava and water come together, obsidians create steam. It should be smoky as hell in here based off of the contact of bleeding magma coming into contact with is live water that you've confirmed yourself with touching it.
Yeah, there's something strange going on here.
Do you think it's magic related? Because I have a spell called Detect Magic, and I could use it or maybe save it for later. If we want to see if there's anything underneath.
I have a feeling that whatever's causing this is probably coming from the core.
Okay.
So if we want to do some kind of investigation about it, we might want to just wait till we get to the core. If we are in fact heading down the right path to the core.
I agree. It seems like we're heading somewhere. The core sounded special, and this is definitely special.
As you guys head further on, you realize that there's like this gap. At some point, all of your ears just pop. I need a con save as you immediately just... You're not quite sure what it is at first. You're not realizing that it's the popping of your eardrums due to the unfortunate rolling of some players. Hazel, you realize that the air is widening. There's a berth coming ahead, and it's bubbling and forcing this pressure right here as you guys pass through. Wrath and Pills almost go deaf in their own opinion. They feel like they're hearing things in more like a womp 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 womp. They can see everything completely fine, but their hearing is muffled in a most unfavorable way. They go to clean their ears and they're clear. They know that there's something just compressing on their big heads that they just can't get past. But Hazel, you get through it. You're fine. You feel that decompression naturally occurring, and you know that that's what the problem is for the two of them. Whether they could read lips is a whole thing altogether.
What did you guys hear anything?
Hazel, you hear them talking louder than normal and kind of odd, kind of like a I think, like kind of like they're caught in their tongue, almost as if they're a bit moved or mute, and it's just because their lack of being able to hear and translate what they're hearing into words.
I try to kind of give them signs, so like kind of, you're too loud.
What?
Are you hot? What? What's going on?
Too loud.
Wrath and Pills, go ahead and give me insight checks as you guys try to read Hazel's lips for basic communication moving forward. Oof. Hazel, you realize that these two are just daft. Very daft.
That's correct.
But you know that up ahead things are hastening, and it looks like there's a complete surface. As you guys look above, you notice that there's smoke trailing on top of you, and it's almost as if the air is smelling more rich in sulfurs and gaseous natures of oxides that are burning. As in the distance you see the earth itself rising as an island resides, full of molten burning lava. Not a volcano, but a literal mountain of lava just peeling down. It doesn't collapse on itself like you'd imagine pudding without a support. It's almost as if there's something underneath it covered in this gook in a constant steady flow of production. You've never seen such a existence in your being, but what you do notice is that it too has a cliff, and that cliff is very, very steep, and yours is below that cliff, unseen where yours falls. You know for sure at some point it will. What do you do to prepare for that potential outcome?
Can I actually kind of give them signs to like kind of
Yeah.
what I actually realize?
Very soon things will fall and things will be very, very bad. It's kind of what they get. You guys need to come up with a plan before you fall.
Are we all done?
Honestly, Pills, there is something going on here.
Pills, you witness a live,
No,
unjustified
but I would like to
volcanic
show you
activity that is a mountain made of magma. Not a mountain pulsing magma, a mountain made of magma that is producing it on its own continuously in a flow. Oh, did you not catch any of that? Pills.
I think we're back to answering. Use the stick first, I guess, and then we can look for a place to tie off.
Okay, so I put the stick onto. Wait, can I hear now?
Yeah. I mean, you guys get that. That was the plan. You understand what the plan was. Your
Okay.
ears, guys, both of your ears are still buffered until I ask for another roll. But in this time, you understood what the plan was. Slow down.
Put the stick down.
Put the stick down.
Looking for a place to
And
swing this rope out.
activate it.
Okay. You're slowing down. You're moving, but it's very slow. You look around, Pills, and you realize that things are a lot smoother here, very sleek and slate in the natural instance of things. There's a chance you could throw something that's like a wide gap, but it'd be harder to throw because you have to widen the lasso. So you either take it at a disadvantage for a larger lasso toss, or you take it at a flat roll at a smaller lasso toss, but a higher AC to hit based off of where you're throwing.
Is that for me or Pills? You said Pills,
I'll
right?
go for
Pills.
disadvantage. I'll widen the loop and go for the disadvantage.
You widen the loop and go for the disadvantage. As you widen it, you probably give it an extra 1.5 feet, and you're like, wow, who would have thought that an extra 1.5 feet really adds the weight to the swing? And you... Well, there's good news and there's bad news. You're staring at it, and you just see the water just splash up as if it makes contact but isn't burning. The magma-infused water doesn't seem to be catching it. You quickly... Man, oh, it's still water. This rope is now significantly heavier.
Yeah. Shit. I can't throw this again.
Wrath, you get that it's probably too heavy.
Okay. I will not try again. This looks too heavy.
I mean, not for you, but for Pills.
Oh, well, I can try.
That's why you see Pills like now holding it, like trying to like, fuck, what do I do? And you're realizing like, oh, like it is clearly like water weight, allotted is clearly too difficult for your small friend.
I'll give it a try. I'll try exactly what he did.
Go ahead and a harder AC, toss it at disadvantage with a sleight of hand, please.
Wait.
You see a little hand. Wait, let's give me a perception
right.
check. Let's see if you see his finger pop up because you can't hear him properly. You're paying attention. You see him throw his hand up.
Oh, yes.
Give me the stick. Like, use the command word, turn the stick off. I take the stick.
The boat's motor.
I put it in my pack.
Go on. Okay.
I take the ring off. Tie the ring to the rope. Do not throw it in the water. Do not throw it in the water.
Go ahead and give me a insight check at advantage, Wrath, as you try to intake this instruction with trust in your ally as you realize he's putting a lot of faith into what he's about to present to you.
Yeah.
You get he is providing the essence of his own well-being to be easily chucked, but he is begging you to please not drown him in a Chinese water torture at the same time.
So you tied the rope off to yourself? Is that what happened?
No,
To the
the
ring.
ring.
The ring.
And then I
Oh no. Oh boy.
go into the ring.
He disappears.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
rope is now dangling there like a pendulum.
Okay. And I'll chuck it. Exactly where you wanted it to.
Give me that sleight of hand at disadvantage.
But I'm listening in the ring for it to clatter against solid matter.
You got it. You're waiting for the signal, for sure.
Disadvantage?
Correct. Inside you hear, "This is daring, Pills. I like it. Do you think your friends are...
Shit.
Sorry.
It seems as if we're going down the riverbed." You just kind of feel this tug and pull. As you hold onto it, Wrath, you reel it back in easily because it's just a ring.
Okay. Alright, bring it back.
You feel that the ring is now unsubmerged and over the boat. Do you reside inside still? Do you keep, I'll say that you yourself, Pills, can singly communicate with one person outside while you're within the ring. If you choose to telepathically communicate with Wrath, I'll allow it, and it'll be weird for him because he's muffled and everything around him is. But for you, it'll be the clearest voice he hears.
Or maybe you should communicate
Give it
with me.
to Hazel. Have her shoot it with an arrow.
Okay. And I'll take the ring. Give it to Hazel.
Okay.
Go bow and arrow.
Oh my god, I'm shooting. What should I do now?
You're shooting an arrow with this soggy ass rope tied to the back of it with a ring tied to it.
It has a player inside. So make it count. Fire a 1 and please hit the lava. So go ahead and give me a regular attack check, just with your bow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
The arrow's flying, and the arrow's like, this location is poor, and self-navigates itself to the perfect landing spot. It somehow barbs its way into where it is guaranteed. It even catches your guys' boat as it's like going. It's like, and is at the perfect tautness of safety. The Goliath could jump up and down, and it would not break free. Pills, you just
impact?
hear and feel this. You hear inside a little applause, like a hooray, provided by your genie, and within just kind of like being comically humorous.
I exit the vessel, and I take the stick out.
You got it.
I don't want to do this. Well, I'll just put the stick back since the rope is already. It's taut. Does it look like the arrow's holding it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the crit, that thing looks solid. It's the best work you've seen.
Okay.
Allie's like,
I'll just gesture like,
clapping.
okay, pull the rope. Like, pull yourself in.
All right.
You see just
pulling.
helping. You guys are considered landed at this time.
Didn't need the stick. Didn't need it.
Because
As you land, you guys realize something. Where you stand is a bit uneven ground. Tails, you look beneath your feet and you see there are just tons and tons of skulls and debris of that and others who once resided in an attempt to arrive. Your gut just bursts with excitement, Pills. People dead means people came after treasure and failed. You're on the right path. Something, if there is anything, must still be present here. Or else why would there be so many?
These are humanoid, like bones and skulls.
Yep. It does not seem as if they were consumed, more so as if they had been decayed and rotten. Before you is solidifying molten lava. You could easily transpire two of you. However, Wrath would need to go ahead and give me a dexterity and or acrobatics to pass safely due to their weight. But Hazel and Pills can pass through safely without breaking any of the freshly hardened magma crusts.
I will slowly and cautiously proceed forward.
As you go to proceed forward, oh, Ellie too, thank you. As Ellie and Ralph both go to take their first step,
Hot, hot.
She pulls back.
We'll stay here.
What was it? Dexterity?
No, you're fine. You and oh yeah, sorry
Oh, no,
for
brown.
Ali, for the brown bear. Yeah, they both. So Wrath and Ali definitely crack the first step they try to enter. Definitely unsafe passage without taking damage. At this time.
We'll stay here for now. Why don't you guys go on without us? We'll watch the boat.
What is this?
It's just like an overhead, so you can pass through.
Oh, okay.
Like a
Yeah, we'll
transition.
continue to cautiously move forward.
As you pass through, you do realize that it gets to a nice hardened surface that the magma hardened against, not further spreading, though it does look like there's mediocre cracks in the ground itself, meaning magma could spur at any moment. This place is definitely deep below. Whether it's the actual core is unknown to you, but it is of instability. Above you, you do see webbing, as if spiders linger. You don't hear any, though. You make a point to Hazel that such exists.
Pills, we should get Wrath and Miss Ellie.
Yeah, I was wondering. Let's try and grab one of these buckets and see if we can't use it to ferry them across this rough patch.
What shall I do?
I will slowly and cautiously walk into this room.
go ahead and cautiously walk in. As you do, you see a ton of minecarts. A ton. As you look around, Hazel even sees a little track that leads further through what looks to be going over a massive, semi-live, semi-hardened magma pit. The track is easily 30 or so feet above on these very particular pedestals, keeping it above him. However, it does look very dangerous, as if perhaps traversing it is not the safest of things, though what you can see, Pills, leaves you eager to know more. You see a giant skull that has been dried and solidified within the grounds before you. Massive webs keeping tracks together as if at one point or another they were used to build a home for the creatures that live subspecies below. You even see a cart full of treasure. Stuck on the tracks, if only you can get that on your side and benefit. That means whatever there is beyond. But do you risk going? Also, go ahead and give me a perception check, Pills, as you poke up right there. Wrath, if you were to zoom out and click out of your vision, you should see what your teammates see.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That skull, is it really that big?
It is that big.
Cool.
Pills, you don't see anything but what's ahead of you in excitement. Everything north of you is unbeknownst.
Let's get this cart. Let's get them over here.
You guys quickly get the cart. You
I'm
hear just
petting the bear.
But we should be
Petting the
quiet,
bear.
not-
Did you see it?
What?
It's full of treasure.
Yeah, but did you also see that there is some breaches?
I didn't see anything but the treasure.
You guys push it over. Wrath and Ellie absolutely hear this commotion as you guys hit the carts into the magma, and at first it's going very smooth. It bursts one of the softened hardened capsules as the cart just... Good news is, the cart creates a pocket. Bad news is, they both have to jump onto the cart to move forward.
Okay. Is it within
Alright, there you
my
go.
movement?
Both of you guys is, jumping range for sure. Miss Allie's just like... And just... jumps before you.
I'll
Without
follow.
having to roll, succeeds. However, Wrath, when you run, you feel the need to just take the chance with the dice. So go ahead and roll me in athletics.
Yes.
Allie hits the cart. Unbeknownst to you, it's weakened. You land. You hit the front of the part with the front of the cart with your head as Allie knocks it up like a teeter-totter. You land on your back.
Ugh.
You see a pocket of hot magma just burst up as it quickly brushes over your shoulder, burning you for 4 points of damage. And you quickly shuffle the rest of your body onto the safety of it. Whoa. Hot, 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 hot. The scalding of it has left you numb. With the immediate burning of it, it's almost like it burned any and all possible neurons that can tell you what pain is, because you just kind of move forward and you know what happened. It's just, you're just kind of shrugging it off. You don't want anyone to look at it. You don't want to know how bad it is. You don't want to know if it's okay. You just move forward. You guys make it the rest of the way. You guys are now here on the surface.
All right.
As you guys land there,
Okay.
Alright.
give me 1 quick second. I'm gonna go grab myself another refreshment. But you guys may discuss a plan.
Pills is just gonna get ready to push these carts onto this track and go to the treasure. Because Pills hasn't seen anything.
Pills is pretty greedy, isn't he? Okay. That's
Now,
fine.
Corey has seen whatever this is
Yeah,
in the north.
right. I'm not just in the north, also like in what is this, east?
Pills has no idea this is here.
What is what?
There's also some
Oh,
kind
okay.
of
I haven't seen.
fire-
I don't see what she sees.
Like this.
Fire ants or something.
Oh yeah, I
there's
saw
some
one that
kind
was
of-
like right here earlier.
There's some kind of humanoid in the north.
What is this?
But of course, we don't know what it is. What is what?
This
This-
looked
this,
like a
like,
creature or
Pile of
something.
stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know. It's just like a pile of stuff. But over on the track is like a mine cart that's like filled with gold.
Let's get it, dude.
Yeah. And then there's all these little. Do you see these little fire ant creature things?
Yeah. So I think we'll have to throw some rocks. Let Hazel take care of it all, just because she's the boss.
Oh yeah, we could shoot at them before we even get on the track.
Yeah.
That's probably the best idea.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like
You're probably gonna have to stop Pills from just pushing the cart onto the track and going now.
Really?
Well, I rolled pretty bad on that perception check, so
Okay.
I guess he maybe tell us.
I think Pills is
Yeah.
Pills is a little oblivious.
You wonder how he's been
Alright, let's
treasure hunting
go.
all this time.
Stop. Stop.
Oh, there's a cart right here. We can just push it on the tracks and go.
Did actually Hazel see these creatures earlier?
Which
And
ones?
I just saw it, but did Hazel saw it?
These?
Yeah, this little whatever. this little-
Not from back here. No. As you guys move closer, Pills. At this point, you move up. You do see down. All of a sudden, Pills. Information just washes over you. Oh, fire newt warriors. That's nothing. Those are magma creatures. They exist. They're just there. They don't guard treasure. They're born from raw fire, and then they go about their lives, and you harvest them to make iron ingots and all these other fun things. But they're dangerous. Who cares about them? The treasure. They're way below. They're 30 feet on the bottom level. They're not even messing with the track. But
Oh,
I
what is
need
the-
Wrath and Allie to give me perception checks.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay, the two of you guys hear something.
Oh, that's a brown bear.
Yeah, that's Allie.
Oh.
The two of you guys hear something in the north, kind of like a scuttle, like a ding, 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 ding. You see one of the skulls roll out from around the corner.
I'm trying to push this cart towards the tracks. Let's go.
And I'll just put my hand
focused on the
on
cart,
Pills
you
and I'll
got
be
it.
like, wait. I hear something. I see some movement up north.
Does Ellie give Hazel some kind of?
Yeah, yeah. Allie would have to be like, kind of
And I will
pointing
just
north.
stop Pills and say, wait. Oh,
I think there's something up above, and I point up here, or where the DM
Yeah.
previously pointed.
It's about there. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. I heard something.
I saw movement. There seems to be possible creatures coming.
I'm gonna go hide behind this cart.
You hide. Got it.
Okay,
Anyone else?
Hazel, you want to follow me with Ellie?
I'm sure.
All right, I'll go
But
first.
be careful.
You guys just hear coming from around this corner.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Oh.
It
I'll
seems
walk
as if
forward.
somebody is concerned with their well-being. It doesn't seem as if anyone is trying to actually be stealthy. More so as if someone is on the floor, down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll cross it over.
You come around the corner and you see an individual that looks as if they are shady in nature. Before anyone else can join you and see their visual, you notice that they look scruffy and almost like a misplaced individual. They don't look like they got here on their own. They had to have been provided some kind of instruction. They look wide-eyed and confused, almost as if their purpose was not intended traditionally. They're injured, though their injury looks superficial. It's more so like they think that they're in danger to their anxiety, to their minor injury, that they have hindered themselves in this state. This is why people die here. They panic. You don't recognize this person from anyone you've ever met before. At least not for you, Raph. He's like, oi, Missy, you're the one with the bear. Hazel, you immediately
Yeah?
see Pete, the thief, on the ground holding his side.
Do I know this guy?
Pete the thief. Of course you'll beat the thief.
Oh, there's the bear. There's the bear. Yeah. See, we didn't rob you. So, sorry. Just kind of ran out of air chasing after those freaking mini dragons. Did
What
you?
are you doing down here?
There's treasure down here. Did you know that everything down here is for plunder? You just take it, and no one's going to question how much or who it belonged to. You just have to just let me catch my breath. Oh,
That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing.
wait, you're letting me catch my breath. You're asking me questions, saying, what am I doing?
No, I'm not.
Hold on.
I'm not asking
Hold
you
on,
questions.
just wait.
I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm taking the treasure.
No,
We are taking the treasure.
You're... He gets up. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. And he stands up and he's like, it's just a side thing. Don't worry. Cardio. It's a real bugger. Well, there's good and there's bad news. You see, there's
What are the bad news?
a bunch of lizard things that ran away with a bunch of treasure. And 2 of them were caught by... Have you guys heard of his name? He's called Creole. Have I told you guys the fiend's name? I think I asked you last session, but I don't think we brought it up again. If it
Nope.
was.
I don't think we knew it.
No, we
So
didn't know it.
this would be the first time you hear something in any reference to it. He goes,
Creole is ahead, and he said that anyone he catches and kills, I can just take what it is that's left behind. So I've just been following him, and we found a lot of dead ends and killed a lot of things that maybe didn't need killing, but I'm just a thief, so as long as I can just take, then I don't have any justifications on what he stabs or doesn't stab or bites or constricts or any of those other things. But those kobolds, we found all 7 of them just hovered around some kind of glowy thing. And when we showed up, quickly, snuffed out. And then he told me, go get them, and I chased after 5, I think I counted. They got away. Don't doubt
Down
Craig
here,
with
they
that.
came this way.
Well, they ran that way, and he points toward
where you guys were working on pushing the cart.
and then I chased them, and they were pushing a big old thing of gold, and they abandoned it, and I really wanted to stay with it, but then I abandoned it also and chased them after them, and ran further up that way where we came in from, and he points north, and you see a very smooth corridor that just goes off in the darkness, and they hurt me, you see, they really beat me up, all 5 of them, and then they got ahead of me. Decided that Creole probably needed help with the other 2.
Okay, so you should probably go back the way you came.
Sorry, so he said Creole came from the top?
Correct. And then they both went this way.
Okay.
And upon going that way, they found these lizard things. And they stole it first. And then they were pushing this cart. And they ran past it, abandoning it, and leaving north. Because whatever reasons they felt to flee.
Can I see if this guy's lying to us? Just because he said 7 earlier and then he said 5.
Give me an insight check. Pills and Hazel, you're free to do so if you wish.
I know nothing.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna. I'm not the most insightful person.
Pills, this guy has never been one to tell a tall tale. When they try to rob you guys the first time and you had a bear, you said, why would you rob us if we have a bear? And they were like, well, we didn't calculate that in. And they were real honest. At no point were they lying to you about their mental process of what they were trying to do when they tried to mug you guys the very first encounter, but they didn't. And you feel like maybe he's telling the truth because he was pilfering everything Creole left behind. And Hazel does recall that Creole offered you guys the same deal. You can have anything left behind him. He's only after the artifact, not what other hunters have on their persons.
So, yeah, you should probably get yourself out of here. And then I turn just to the 3 of us. We need to go after that.
I shouldn't go back for Creole? You think he'd mind if I just got out of here? I'd much prefer to live.
I don't think he even cares about you. Let's be honest. I think
takes off.
Before he leaves, I just
Right,
grab him really quick.
Yeah, yes.
And I ask him, how did you get down here?
I followed Creole.
Did you take the boats down here as well?
Boats? There's boats? there's a 2 feet of lots of walking I did, and Krail did more like gliding across the surface in a very fashionable manner. And he didn't like my questions nor talk much, but it was about an hour and a half's travel. And then up above, there weren't just one, there were a few, and I can't promise there won't be more. Krail said there could, but to loot what I could because others would if I didn't. So I'm hoping when I go back, those that ran, those 5 of them, would have taken out whatever was coming down, and I can just leave safely.
You guys like this guy? Just
I
kidding.
let them live, I did. I also didn't rob them.
I mean, you tried to, though.
Blindly,
When you
yes.
got scared from the
But then
bear.
we
not-
negotiated peacefully, and we
Right,
departed
I'm gonna
you
peacefully
as you let us
leave.
go without. Exactly, you're going to yet again offer the same deal as previously. You're going to let me go after I encountered you first.
But before you leave,
I kind of want to, as
Yeah.
he's
put it in your
Hills
pocket.
is kind of saying these things, I'll lift him up higher, and I'll give him a shake just to see if I hear anything
Yeah.
that's on his
Let me
person
get-
that he picked up from other bodies.
Let me give him a save. He's gonna do a sleight of hand to see if you can keep on any items from falling loose.
He guy calls himself out. They say if you don't see it, it's not yours. He like blocks all of his pockets and hugs himself in a demeanor that prevents anything. You see that this dude is loaded, but he seems confident enough. Like this, he's fast. There's one more team insight. All of you guys roll insight, including Ellie. And if there's a favor, I'll let you all know a little something. something.
Oh, come on.
Oof,
Inside?
oof.
Inside?
Insight, yeah.
Insight, yeah. Sorry, I thought she was saying a little something, something. Like it went with the insight.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice,
See, this is the real boss.
nice. See, Hazel's like, hold up,
Hazel's
I
doing
got this.
all the rolls tonight.
Yeah. Someone has it.
Hazel, you kind of like you're like, okay, this dude's trying to rob us unsuccessfully. He's been talked about in a way that people shouldn't worry about him, like he doesn't matter. But then you witness in the middle of the night, while everyone else is sleeping, including Pills, the tiefling barkeep kick out one of his thugs, saying, "If I ever see him myself, I'll take care of him," as if he is an issue. And now you find him down here. And what's interesting enough is, Hazel, you finally put it together. He's telling you the truth. There were 7. 7 kobolds. The lizard things he's describing. You yourselves met them. They seemed as if they were working in a massive pack. And they even declared themselves as such. Almost everything checks out, Hazel, in this moment. And you realize that Pete the Thief is a very humble, honest person. But when the opportunity comes, they are absolutely capable. I am not saying you don't want to fight the man. I am saying that if it comes to it, he's probably better off an ally in the future than a dead man today.
Can I
And-
kind of communicate with this Pills and Brad what I'm thinking
Yeah,
about him?
Absolutely. You can just give me your summary of preference. Oh, your ear, sorry,
Okay.
Wrath absolutely would have popped upon you getting off of the boat. But yeah, you can absolutely give your definition of such. You would go ahead. Let's see what you come up with.
Okay, so I will just like. So the person is still standing next to us, right? Or like kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's not
Wrath got a hold
he's
on
not
still?
listening. Yeah, you guys, he's slowly, Wrath is holding him, but you can, judge him as you will.
Maybe I just give Raph like kind of a sign, like kind of let him go. Just let him go.
Thank you. I assure you, I wasn't trying to rob you guys this time. This was just opportunity and chance meeting. But there will always be another opportunity of us crossing. Where do you find yourselves traveling outside of below here? He all of a sudden gets real casual with you guys. Like, he's like confident that he's going to get out of here in one piece at this point.
I don't think we have any set plans yet.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd love to visit your. Where do you stay? Can we visit you sometime?
I'd be more than welcome to have you visit my humble abode. But you're gonna need something first. He starts patting his body around. He's like, just 1 second. As he's like trying to get something from his back pocket, he does like a chasing his tail maneuver as he does like a little hop skip 360 as he's trying to yank it out because this dude is loaded. Whatever he has on his person, he's got it. And he just yanks it. Oh, here it is. And he starts unraveling this parchment or scroll like access before you. And you see that you see that there is a visual appeal to this parchment. And he goes, you just need this. Here we go. You need this wandering map. These are enchanted of a specific degree based off of whoever casts. It's details. Thieves be known. Point is, this is the east side of Lesperia. I couldn't afford anything covering the entire continent. It's quite costly, but I'm willing to part ways with this based off of my gains from this evening, and you're not taking any of it. Finders keepers and all. It's a fair trade of my own verbiage. So I will give you this. Something I have done my best to discover what it is I could of where it is we reside. He presents to you guys a map. As you guys go to look at it, it's blank. But when he handed it to you, it wasn't. He goes, well, it's whoever uses it. Really, it shows you what you know, what you've discovered as you've wandered the world. Though, I don't think it does anything about below ground. It just kind of shows you what's above. So if you're down here and you've never been above, then it really wouldn't know if you've wandered anything, would it? I assure you it works. He touches it, and you guys see like a whole blimp of like Clasp and East Lesperia appear, and like the mountain range that you guys are familiar with, and then he takes his finger off and disappears. As Wrath is holding it, it's pretty much blank. As each of you were to come into contact with it, it would be blank because it does not track the under. It only tracks the over.
Cool. Thank you. But how does this help us find your house?
When you get up there, it'll just. I left a little bit for you there.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you. You do seem pretty friendly, Pete. And I roll it
Call
up.
it passing knowledge. You always pass knowledge to a non-thief's thieves, because if a thief were able to thieve from you, they wouldn't need what you offered them. He walks off. Like he knows that's just like right over outside. He's like, "Yep,
Okay.
that's my cue." And you guys see him walking off, and he starts like starts singing some humming Pinocchio to himself as he just heads down Monstro's Maw of Uncertainties. We'll see if he gets out.
All right.
You guys have acquired a map that does not work until you're on the surface. Congratulations.
Yay.
We need the Zelda noise.
Yeah, like achieve, unlock.
You've acquired a map.
Well, let's
that
go
noise
get
in
that
our
treasure,
item.
guys. That's what we came down here for, right?
I hop in the cart.
I'll push
Let's
the
go.
cart. Anybody else want to get in the cart?
Yep.
How could you get in front?
Oh my.
What about the bear? What about the bear?
Yeah, the bear is just like, I don't know. Does the bear have space?
Yeah, you guys would be able. I assumably so that these mine carts are not full of small.
Nope.
With Allie, the one rule I will always make with Allie is that she can join you guys and be a part of any situation unless I specify a condition that I feel like she should follow.
Okay. And this is all uphill, yeah?
No, so you guys are higher than the basis. You guys are 30 feet higher than the magma below. You realize that there's a cliff lingering off. In other words, you guys would fall or have to scale down.
Does the track go downward or does it go level?
It is leveled across the board. It would have to be pushed, pulled, or gurneyed.
Then I'll start pushing.
All right. So you guys get into the cart as you have Wrath behind you doing a good old push. As it starts screeching across the way, and your ears are just like, well, it's a little tight, but it's not unknown of any way.
One second.
Does anybody have any oil?
Actually, maybe it depends on
Okay.
what kind of kits we have, right?
What kind? I mean, what kind of kits do you have? Yeah.
I have the
Yeah.
Giants Miners kit from last time. I don't think it was added, but
If you have any kind of oil or something,
Correct, it was not.
like a
In the Joiner's
lantern
Minor kit, you
oil.
would have some kind of lubricant like oil. You wouldn't call it oil based off of the way you're looking at it. It looks as if it's from a species.
oh,
An Underdark variant, obviously, but it's oil. You touch it, you're like, oh, it's kind of like it gives out that baby oil like essence. Where it's sourced from is kept secret, at least not to you, and known in any mannerism.
okay. Is it enough to lube up either the wheels or the axles?
Yeah, I would absolutely say it's significant enough. You'd imagine that it would be attached to some kind of mechanism to spray or apply, though that is missing. You just do the cap. You just kind of lather it on messfully. Anything you personally do within the next mini segment is a disadvantage for hands-on because you're lubricated yourself.
Ooh.
What you guys, here's what I will say you see on the map as I'm preparing that for you guys. One sec. Is a blank. I'll say you see a blank map, which would make a little bit more sense into it being an overworld map of the East Coast. I just didn't have it loaded at the time, so I couldn't show you guys when I was discussing it. Otherwise, you guys lube it up. You move forward. You move further. You hit the curve. Up ahead, you guys see a massive web that is specifically holding the 2 minecarts in place. Now, of all this, I want to make it very clear. You can make it through that gap with enough velocity. Wrath would have to be in the cart or jump himself while pushing, if this is to work with the way you guys have been maneuvering so far. Excuse me. You guys should not be caught in the webs in any way unless you choose to go on the ceiling or interact with them in any way. They are not blocking your guys' passage upon going through them. It is specifically what's holding up these 2 tracks. How do you wish to proceed? The creatures below look up. They really don't give 2 shits though. They're just native to being in lava. Like, you're not throwing pebbles at them. You're not calling their names. They don't care. Not to say that if they weren't like 5 feet from you, they wouldn't take a bite,
Okay.
So I have two ideas in my head. Maybe there's more. One is you give us a running jump, like a running push, and you jump in the cart. And the second is I feel like I saw you do some magic earlier where you fixed some stuff. I don't know how much you can fix.
I could have done that instead of using my oil.
How?
You know my spells more than I do. I think I can only fix a 1 foot by 1 foot area. So
it's 1 foot by 1.
yeah, so it's not that big, unfortunately.
It's about an 8-foot gap.
You're 1 foot at a time. No.
I mean, if the DM allows, sure.
I don't think that really works.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's about 8-foot gap, so you could do the running jump. You push it, you jump in the cart, we
can
try to
jump
fly
afterwards.
across,
Yeah.
or we each individually jump across.
I mean, I could probably make the jump because I'm taller than the gap itself.
We could use the rope. We could tie the rope around. One person jumps across with the rope tied around them. The second person takes the rope and tries to jump across. If they fall, you pull them up with the rope.
I've got a little bit of Vaseline on my hands right now, unfortunately.
You have the grippy
Oh,
gloves.
But he's not also that his arm is still like injured.
We took a long rest.
no, I took a long rest. It
Is
magically
that
healed.
longer?
I don't know. I guess is your hand
Yeah,
fine now?
he's fine.
Okay.
Well, he's got the grippy gloves.
Yeah.
So I can use it. I can put the grippy gloves on, and I can pick you up maybe, and then just throw you.
You just
You pull
toss
up the
them
creepy
into
gloves and
wall.
they fly out of your lubricated hands. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That would
You
be
pull out the grippy
so
gloves and even
bad.
the grippy gloves don't fly off your lubricated hands because they're grippy gloves. But that was good.
That would
That's a technical term now. It's grippy gloves.
Yeah.
TM.
There you go.
Uh,
Grippy gloves. Yeah.
grippy gloves.
I would
All right.
say you push and then you jump in.
it feels a little bit more dangerous to just Indiana Jones this cart across this gap than it does having one person go across and then using their special grippy gloves, ensuring each successive person has a safety net or safety rope as they try to jump across.
I mean, why don't I just throw you guys across?
Hey, you could do that. You could just throw me.
Yeah.
I'm not adverse to being thrown.
I
Again.
would. Yeah, let's do it. So,
But you actually have to
Allie
throw
goes,
me this time. You can't get back
oh,
on the
can
thing.
Allie jump it?
Dum, dum.
She should be able
Yeah,
to,
I was
right?
thinking this.
She can absolutely
18,
attempt
yeah.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me join you.
All right. So I'll put on the grippy gloves just in case. One hand.
Oh, I still have the
Got it.
stick.
Make sure you
So
bowl
if
up
you
into a
throw
cannon.
me across, if
Yeah.
you throw me across and give me the rope, I can put the stick down and tie the rope off to the stick, and then we can use the rope as like a safety line in case anybody
Sure.
else.
Yeah, and then
fails
she
to
can
jump.
traverse through the rope. That sounds good. Or actually, let me just cross and then
And you can take the stick.
yeah, I'll just hold the rope on the other side, and Ellie can hold the rope on the other side, and then you guys can just cross over the rope.
And she's just jumping on you.
All right.
Yeah, we can jump it.
Okay.
We're big enough.
All right.
We're gonna do that.
You got it. You guys go about it in this demeanor. Pills, easy enough.
Just a little picture.
Pills
One
lands
picture,
over
like
with
this
ease.
size, okay.
Hazel, same thing. Manages to get across in safety. The question comes down to when Pills lines it, where are you putting this stick?
Oh yeah. So there seems to be some kind of rocky business going on
Mhm.
over here.
Yep.
So I would jam this stick into this rocky business,
Okay.
and then I would whatever the word is,
You got it.
and I
You
would
got
tie
some
this
taut.
rope off.
You got
Yeah.
it. Allie is
Sorry, I keep doing the wrong. Trying to move.
Oh,
Allie
it's
gives.
It's not
paused.
working.
It's paused.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's
Oh.
paused. Yeah, right.
No worries.
I also
Ellie makes no
Oh.
efforts as Wrath. You look and you're like, well, Ellie made that look simple. Should be easy for you. You. With ease, you all get across what could have been more traversial had you taken the cart.
Just kidding.
Right. Wrath decides, no, that was too easy. Catch me. He falls back for a bath.
Crust fall.
As soon as everyone's across, Pills is in this cart.
You go in there, you're like, there has to be at least 1,000 gold or more in here. On top of that, there's a chest that's locked, and there's other jewels and rubies that are currently valued. This isn't even relics. This is just treasure.
The gold is cool. The gems and rupees are cool. Pills is looking for something else.
Pills continues to deep in.
carry this
Give me an
gold.
investigation.
I'll just
Why
start
you want to
pocketing
carry
gold.
all this?
Give me a sleight
You
of
get
hand for you, Wrath.
you get the impression Pills is
Oh.
not as concerned with the gold as he is with finding something else.
I'm
What are
gonna
you
just
looking for?
Should we just take 2 handfuls and just start counting them off?
Well, for
Oh
you,
my
Rat, it's a
God,
sleight of hand to
pills!
see what that is. Pills is just like, there's just too much shiny gold here. You're just like, if this is just full of value, like monetary value, this clearly doesn't have the thing, or else they wouldn't have left it behind.
You guys see me taking the gold.
Wrath is just messy. He's just like throwing it in where he does not have pockets. He's like he has pockets, but he's not like a pocket person. He doesn't have like 30 pockets on his wall garments. He has like 3, and he's like, well, fuck. I filled these 3 pockets up way faster than I thought I could with gold. So you do pocket a total value of 276 gold, Wrath. That does stay on your person, and that's talking about any and everything between now and then that shingles and jingles off of you through running. You end up out of here in one piece if you survive with 276 gold.
Is
All
there
right,
more
sounds
in
good.
the cart?
Oh, there's thousands of pieces in there. This is
How
just
much
on his
can Hazel
person.
take?
This is all he can just stick in him. Hazel, you
much?
do have a satchel. You got a couple things. You could give me a general sleight of hand advantage as you take your time to kind of shovel it into. And then this is saying that you want to fill up your compartments to a T. Do you want to leave any space, Hazel, or you want to just fill up as much as you can?
I'll leave some space.
Like how much space? Like in a percentage. Let's say you had 60 space to fill.
55.
So you leave
From 60.
5%. So you leave 5%
What
for
else?
extra
No,
stuff.
who knows? Maybe we get some other stuff. Who knows? I want to have a little bit of space.
All right. So we'll say you take 55 in Gander. And as you do, you acquire a total of 786 in gold alone that you understand the value of. And then a total of 37 gems that you do not have a value to yet.
How do you all feel about spending the night right here?
Yeah, the railway. We should
Did
just
you,
maybe
did
go
you
a
still
little
want to keep digging? To the gold? Is that what you wanted to do?
Well, so I feel like if we spent the night tomorrow, I would feel a little bit more connection.
Oh, I get the drift. I'm okay with it as long as I get a little. I can't hold too much gold, so I mean, if you can give me some of the cut.
And here's what I told you when we met: if you keep me alive, you'll get a cut.
All right.
Okay.
I'm okay with it if you guys want to, but I think before we do a long or sleep here, I think there's
Yes.
another cart right over there that might
Can we
have
move
something.
over there? I guess we can sleep over there.
It's a cat. It's a kitty cat. And
Can-
meow meow.
Can
meow,
we
meow.
push this cart forward some more?
Sure.
So that way
That
it's
is-
with
yeah.
the other one.
Yeah, we'll say that you go ahead and let me just grab the little previous use square here.
Okay.
And move it back to where you assume it was pushed from.
Yeah.
As you
Before
now
we do anything
see,
else,
uh-huh.
I rummaged through this cart.
You rummage through that cart. As you do, give me an investigation check as you quickly go through it.
Ooh, here we go.
Don't fuck it up.
Significantly less monetary value off the surface. You see a cat mask that's ornate and full of jewels. I wouldn't go and say that you for sure know the value of it, but you do find a cat mask that you feel like in weight alone and the understanding of the jewels within it are sitting around 600 gold.
Ooh, that looks really nice.
Whether or not it has any magical properties, pills, leaves you uncertain but hopeful. Though you feel like this alone does not significate the core. This can't be the item.
Right.
You see gems and other jewels. There's tons of loot down here. Tons and tons. Whatever reason all this is here at this core location is unknown to you.
Yeah.
But this is not the item you imagine. But your gut sinks.
More stuff over here.
Because you do recall them talking about some fleeing. However, you have not seen this Creole, though you've moved further in.
Yeah.
You have not heard them.
Pocket
You have
cat
not made any
mask.
notices.
Do you
pocket
want me
mask.
to? Oh, okay. I was like, can I try it on?
I put the cat mask on
Nice.
Got it. You put it on, and you now have a cat mask. You look like a Happy from Fairy Tale that's running around with shiny bejewels in it.
I pick up one of your hands.
I pull my trowel out and hold it like pointed side down, and I just start running around like a crazy cat.
You got it. You just run around like a crazy cat. As such, Hazel, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Really quick, DM. You said how
Mhm.
much gold did I pocket? 270.
276.
276.
276, yeah. Hazel, you know for sure there is another room, and there is just more gold sitting there. But it looks as if that it is just another pocket. It is just more. There, you guys understand that there's so much treasure that you guys can't even take it all, and that's
Right.
what's killing
Right.
you.
Yeah. Question is, right? So if we spend the night here, if we spend the night here,
Yeah.
how do I get all of this? How do I, in universe, hoover all of this gold up into my.
So can
my
we?
room?
So what are the requirements to bring it into your
It's
room?
not hard and fast. It's up to the DM. But it seemed to work before when I tied the corpse to my person. But the corpse is like one thing, so I don't like. Maybe we can put as much as we can into a mine cart, and then I can tie them. I don't know. I can tie
Yeah.
the mine my
S-
person.
So what if
So the
we?
verbiage in my understanding is that it has to be to their person. Now, because the corpse
Yeah.
was tied to their person, it makes sense. Now, a minecart's a little different because a minecart
Right.
is more of a like a capacity
It's a-
capsule. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
like
not.
a
It's
moving
not you
thing.
hugging a creature. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like you hug a bottle and you teleport with it. The bottle's in your hand. It makes sense. The creature was a part of you physically touching. It makes sense. I wouldn't say you touch a bookshelf and you can just disappear it because that would be fucking awesome. But for non-organic things, I would definitely say it's more of a. It has to be captured in some kind of capacity sense that is on your person. The cart you are with, you are not. It is not on you.
Okay.
Where the people, you have to be like I see it as physically adjacent, tied to, or adhered to. The creature was dead; it could not physically hold on to you, so you bound rope around it to force yourself to be tied to it, giving yourself that understanding. Where a minecart, I would not see it the same because a minecart doesn't have a personality of sense of choosing to travel.
Okay, since Hazel has stepped out for a second, what if we make Miss Elliot eat so much gold, and
Oh my
then you
God,
bring
no.
her into?
I was thinking of something a little bit more reasonable. What
Sorry.
if you all empty your packs? You empty your packs. We fill all of the packs to the brim with gold. I go in, I dump the packs out, I come back out, and you can fill your packs up again with your stuff and as much gold as you can carry.
Okay, that sounds good,
That's
but
all
I
contingent
don't
on it
have any
surviving
packs.
a
I just
night
have
here.
pockets.
You don't have a pack?
I don't have packs. Actually, do I have a pack since I have the?
Well, you have the
miners?
giants. Yeah, you have the Miner's giant pack. So you do have like a pack, but I mean, you don't know where to put any of that stuff. So if you
Yeah.
give up the pack, then you
You
sure
dump it on the ground.
lose
You
your
take your
stuff.
packs, you dump them
Yeah,
out.
I mean, yeah, temporary purposes
Fill
you
them
could.
with
Yeah,
gold.
I'll do that then. But since
then
Hazel's here, what
dump
if
the
we?
pack.
What do we think about using Miss Elliot as a coyote?
What? It works.
It worked for you.
I'm not for me. I can hear my.
So yeah, we dump the packs out, fill them with gold. I go in, I dump the packs out in the vessel, and then when I come back out, you can put your stuff back in the packs, and then refill your packs up with as much gold as you can carry.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Contingent on us surviving a night here.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll probably
But
keep
do you guys
the
do this
miner
before?
stuff.
Or so do you have to sleep before you? Are you trying to say that you have to do
I
that
take
before
a
you
long
can
rest
teleport?
before I can do it again because I used it on the
Got it.
water fire.
Now,
whatever.
question: you guys are saying this very vocally, right?
Hills is probably super excited, so I'd say that he probably is saying this rather excitedly.
you guys would hear, coming from north of you,
That sounds like quite the predicament of treasure hunting.
you
Oh,
hear the
yeah.
gold shift as the individual walks through it. The fiend.
Oh, it's my friend.
You hear him crack his neck.
It's the
Where's
thing.
that no good slave boy thief that calls himself Pete?
Oh my god.
He left by the fire river. He
Hmm.
took our. I think he was gonna go look at if there was a boat available.
So he didn't get the other 5, huh?
No, he mentioned something about 5, but he didn't. He didn't get them. I think he was wounded, so he was probably not in a position to
You
get
all
them.
lot don't quite look like Derbyist. So which one of you really understood what was potentially down here?
He was looking to pills.
Everyone's kind of like just guiding their slow vision too.
I looked behind me.
He looks up.
I'm-
No one's there.
I mean, I've dealt with horses before.
Sorry, did we say sequestrian means or?
He's confused. Like what? Like
Derby, the Kentucky Derby. No.
Yeah, it's the Derby race, right?
Oh my god, I'm still wearing the cat mask.
You don't look
There's a
scary
bit
at
of
all.
treasures down here, relics, as we call them. If you knew, I'd give you some rules. You don't get in my way. You don't get in anything that looks like my way. If you see something
Back
more
up against the
threatening
wall,
than
grab
me, you tell me if you do come into my way, and I might just let you live. I
The
don't
only
play
thing
any
threatening we
games.
saw was a big underdark crab monster.
A
forgot
fissure
the
is
name of
not a threat. A fissure is a simple little creature who lives down here, and we invaded their home to take what was not theirs, but left with them to guard. You need to understand what a threat is when you come down here, small fella. Treasure hunting is not meant for the weak. There was a tomb raider once. They ended up in a tomb that they were raiding. Let that be a lesson.
Oddly fitting.
he like walks
Is
into
this
the
guy
room with
wearing
you.
a bowler tattoo? Just curious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
He's got the full horns. He's got a big old like tufted trench coat around his neck. He's
Oh.
covered 2 and 2. He has a tail. He's of tiefling-like nature, but a fiendish, bulkier, muscular, almost as if there's more to him than what he's showing. Maybe a disguise is over his person.
He's disguising his Mardi Gras beads.
You all just kind of fell here. You instructed me correctly, but now
Yeah.
I'm starting to doubt what you understood when you did. This is a lost cause. We triggered the trap. We've just been generous enough to take our time. I had a squabble back there. Yeah, trap. 2 kobolds fought me off. They hid in some kind of ceiling coal, covered it up. Took my last couple hours bashing through trying to find them to no success. You don't notice that? He looks out to the the magma ahead of you. And as you guys all do, you realize, oh, it was rising ever so subtly.
Oh, shoot.
It's probably about 15 feet up from where it was when it originated. He's like, he's not even sweating compared to you guys feeling the heat and temperature in here. He just looks at you all judgily. Y'all
I
think that's
ignore
you.
him and run to the gold room and start filling as much gold as I can,
You run ahead to
realizing that I
double
will
gold.
not spend the night here.
You go and you realize that you stop. You look to your left, Pills, and you see a gorgeous amethyst-like stone-carved pedestal that looks as if that was the Indiana Jonesing that didn't have the Jones done right to it. And that is the trap that was triggered. That is where the relic lied. If only you could just study it for a brief moment, but you see that even flames from the cracks from the ground below are starting to seep up where magma could muster. Do you go in or do you stay out? Is the education needed? Can it lead you to a clue? You heard they went in the ceiling. Maybe you could find that. You heard them. You heard them. And you chose not to go in. Could you have run into them then? Was it a little too...
I shout, stay out, and then I will run to the pedestal.
You yell at them, stay out! Hazel and Wrath, do you guys listen? As Pills runs inside, he sees magma slowly seeping through the cracks and prisms around you. Where you guys are, you see the cracks itself coming alive and full of that of magma and fury.
Yeah, I think we'll believe him and stay out, or I will.
Okay. You see, you guys are left alone with what is known to you guys as Creole. Whether or not he's actually said that is unknown. He goes, your foolish friends looking for some hints. A true treasure hunter does that. That tells me that you're either hired help or mistakenly lost deep below.
Yeah, I examine this pedestal for as
Give
much
me an
information
investigation
as I
check.
can.
Pills, Hazel, and Wrath, how do you respond to him?
Wow, nice job. Let's see here. Hazel, do you want to respond?
Hazel is like kind of. I think she doesn't know what to do right now. She's
I'll
worried.
ask Creole. Are you? Did the kobolds find what you were looking for?
He just spats the moment you speak of the term kobold. He, in just disgrace, just angry. Those vile creatures will die at my hands, and if they don't, you best believe that whoever does kill them will be meeting me shortly after.
Well, they didn't give us the warmest welcomes up on the surface,
So
but
then
maybe we
have
can
a
help.
mutual enemy.
Maybe we can help each other out.
You find even one of those little bastards, I'll take them from you for a fee. Alive, I'll pay more. Dead, I have my methods. I'll take them for less, but I'll still take them.
Deal. And I'll shake his hand.
And he's there. He'll shake your hand. As he does, he grips it firmly. Give me an athletics as you go to match his firmness.
Sure, what I should think about that.
Hazel, you now hear that you guys have a hunting contract of the little individuals that came and technically taught you guys more about the poking stick than you knew of your own, are now your marks to hunt in bringing forth to Creole. Creole goes, I'll keep that in mind. He gives you a card. It almost seems like a small little parchment, and then it comes alive the moment you grab it. You see two horns show up as if they were little mics. On one side, it's presented to you. The other side, it's off to a shadow, that of Creole's. He goes, just call into this card, and out come.
Test. 1, 2.
Not so close. He backs away from you as it's like two mics reflect, interfering with one another.
Oh, understood.
You now
Did
have
we just
Creole's
like
calling
the
card.
devil?
I don't know, but I thought about it and I was like, I'm not sure. The handshake was maybe not the best idea to do that.
Pills, you on the main side, and within you read and see and identify this. Oh, son of a guns! It was a simple, weight trick, but the difference was that weight was an alien language that even you don't decipher. But someone could have done the math.
but instead it's been triggered. Slowly, this whole cavern will be full to the brim with lava as it rises to the surface level in which the chasm has started. Those creatures will come out and feed because they only feed off of what is originated in magma. They will only be curious of what is with you. You guys must escape because it will only get worse.
Pills, I
With
think it's
that,
time to go.
You guys take a little bit of time to consider such before Pills can escape. You guys hear a... There's like a rupture of sorts that raises and throws the rest of the entire structure.
Oh, jeez.
As Pills inside the room, you realize that the entire north side is getting occupied. Before you, Pills, get distracted and run, the rest of the party goes into flee mode. Immediately, Krell goes, that way is not going to be good, but I can manage. Do you guys have a way out? Not that I'm concerned of your overall safety. Just figured I'd ask since I'll be your last visual before death, if not.
Was you looking towards the
Toward
way we came?
Hazel and you. He's nudging that way, but he kind of mutters under his breath that it's getting hot, but he can handle it. But he knows that you guys are in a different boot.
Yeah. So I know. Well, I'll say to Hazel, should we leave where we found the other corridor, and I kind of imply Pete, where we found Pete, or do you think we should leave through where Pills is?
I guess. Do we know that this is safe there or Pills?
Absolutely not. No, of course not. Pills went into a freaking opening without knowing whether or not there's an exit. Of course not. Well, with that gut uncertainty, you guys do hear Krail look at Wrath. If you don't have a way out, your chances are to go further deep and hope that what's inside doesn't kill you. I can't promise I cleared anything beyond it. And he actually points south of you.
Oh, south.
But he
Do we split the party up? Just kidding.
heads off. You see wings and Krill flies across the cavern.
Okay.
I think we should follow Pills.
All right. I'll make my way north.
You bask off the
And
flames.
Follow
And you run
Pills.
ahead. Dun. Pills, you turn around and they did everything you said not to. As you go to turn to run and you're like, I got it. What are they doing?
What you doing here, Pills? We gotta go.
It was gone.
It was what?
It was gone. He probably took it himself. Shifty devil.
So can we actually go south there in this
So let's
room
go
or
south.
whatever this-
I need you guys to give me dexterity saving throws as you guys run through the flames that have encroached on the opening. As you guys run down, Pills is just muttering to himself and yelling at you guys. He stole it. He stole it. I know it. No trap went off until he showed up. Da, 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 da. Like, Pills is just so gut-wrenching. He beat me to it and then lied to you guys and walked away without even a conflict. And that is not the way of a relic hunter. And Pills is just disappointed in himself and a little bit. As you guys push through, you each take 1d4 fire damage as it licks each of you, passing through.
Oof.
Ouch. As you guys notice that there's an opening below, and you resonate the thought, Wrath, as you hear, though you'll be left with whatever hasn't been handled. You poke around the corner as you run inside. Whew. You see magma bursting through the crevices below, as the rest of you guys all do. You see there's a massive pit trap waiting for someone to fall into. Spikes at the bottom. Someone has tried this escape and failed. But will you succeed?
Oh no.
You look back
There's
at the way you came and your
spikes.
options, or getting less and less.
What do we do, Pills? Should we run?
TPK.
We could.
And so there's a spike
I could-
trap. Is there like a path beyond the spike trap?
Yeah, it looks as if you were to cross it, there's still a chance. Oh yeah, Pills.
sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
move. Yeah,
Sorry.
Pills was hiding. He didn't have the good vision. There you go. You looking? It looks as if someone had
Okay.
previously tried to survive here, as they figured things out and either left, didn't leave, died. Who knows? Hard to say. But you see an old tent as if this was once a place, and whether this trap was made by who lived here or was here originally is unknown.
But
He
it's a big
sent us
gap.
down this trap. Should we chase
Well,
after
yeah.
him? Do you want to chase after him, Pills?
I don't think we can go back.
We could certainly try.
I don't think so. I
All
think we
right.
go across the spikes.
All right, I'll take Pills and I'll chuck him across with my glove. My grippy glove. Ah.
Pills, give me a dexterity saving throw as you gotta land. I mean, you land. Not the most fanciest, but you do land.
Uh, Hazel, do you need help with this?
You see Al just
Yes, please. And
they
Ellie
jump
also
and they
needs
throw
help.
themselves and they roll.
Okay, perfect. And I'll follow
Allie
suit. I'll jump.
manages, and then
Let's run.
everyone give me perception checks.
That's a lot of bones.
Allie, I rolled 4. Miss Allie goes, wow, who rolled the 20? Pills comes in. Immediately, Pills stops.
Oh my god.
He breathes the air. Oh, that burns. Out of the tent appears a fissure.
Oh my god.
The escape is where Miss Allie stands. However, the fissure has more than enough movement to close that gap, depending on how
Oh.
you guys roll.
I see.
As you guys hear. Looks at the party is split. Hazel, we're waiting on just yours. You can put dice in your picture.
You can click just on the top mark.
Yeah.
This one's a bit.
Very nice. Very nice. So, I'm going to take a quick second to go grab something. You guys may, as a team, discuss your plan to either escape, fight. You decide. I'll be right back.
So it looks like there's a path down to the south that maybe we can just run to.
Okay.
Or we can try and kill it. I don't know if there's any benefit to us killing it, because we're not gonna be able to spend time harvesting anything from it.
Yeah, I think maybe we could just make a run for it. But then
It'll
it does
probably
have
chase us.
webs.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to kind of do some kind of organized withdrawal.
Yeah, I think just stay tight and withdraw together.
Spend our actions cutting webs for each other if we have to.
Right. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe you can Eldritch Blast it or shoot bows while we're withdrawing. Unless you want to just
Yeah.
take dash actions to get away.
Oh, that's smart. We should probably take dash actions. Unless somebody gets webbed, and then we have to help each other cut the web.
Okay. If it's not me, I will cut the webs, and then while you guys can just throw some damage down at it, maybe we can get it to just run away too, depending on how far it chases us.
Not a bonus action, or was it an action?
It depends on how he rolls it. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think before it was a bonus action,
Yeah,
but
that's why,
I
yeah.
think
it was a bonus action.
I think in general it would be the help action, which is an action.
Yeah.
But it just depends on how it rolls it. Damn, man. I didn't get any of that gold. I just got the stupid cat mask.
So did you what else did you find in that one room? I didn't actually get to explore it.
Oh, it's just like a pedestal, more like a natural stone pedestal, and then like a bunch of lava, and then whatever he said, it was basically like somebody triggered the trap. I was hoping that like there was more to it, that like something was left there of a clue, but yeah, the answer was basically trap got triggered. It was a simple trap.
Yeah.
And nothing left.
I wonder if we could have deactivated the trap to stop the lava.
Oh, yeah. I probably should have investigated that.
Darn.
Oh no!
Pills, we begin with you. How would you like to begin?
I will Hex and Eldritch Blast.
Where is it? Sorry.
It's in top left.
Oh,
Can you guys all see it or no?
I can't.
Oh,
see it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me fix your vision. Something's up with yours.
Where's my Hex? Fix it.
Sorry about that. There you go.
I will Eldritch Blast it.
Oh, I didn't see.
Oh, I can see it now. Nice. Hopefully that hits.
It dodges out of the way.
Ah,
And then I will run down
You run.
here. And then that will be my turn.
You got it. You run to the opening in hopes of escape. You end your turn. Wrath.
I will also run towards pills.
You run.
And that's probably gonna be it. Unless I could throw another rock.
You could chuck. You could absolutely chuck a rock. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just chuck a rock. Be the stoner I am. That's unarmed?
Correct.
Okay. Aha!
Give me some damage. Man,
Alright.
you and a rock are deadly. Gosh.
Oh, I didn't roll critical. That
That was a crit. Yeah. You crit struck a rock against them, doing more damage than Pills could with an Eldritch Blast. Beautiful. Just. If you
Oh, I
haven't
did-
seen it before, Pills, here it is. A rock is possibly stronger than an Eldritch Blast at low level. You just go ahead and because it's a plus. Ooh, interesting. It's a 1. You know what? I'll allow you a D4.
okay.
It's a weird one. Yeah, that's a tough one on a critty.
Ooh, nice.
Appropriate, beautiful for max damage. I mean,
Yeah.
Pills. If you ever seen it, man, that is as gorgeous as it can get for a rock throw in the deep down under.
Strong.
It's with the
Impressive.
glove hand.
Yeah.
Ready, your
Hazel.
turn comes.
You see everyone's flame as the men they are.
What do I have? Hunter's Mark.
You got it.
Yeah. Where is it?
So Hunter's Mark will be under the spells section, which I think is the book.
Oh yeah, I have it. And then I try to shoot with my longbow.
Fire away. You fire. 13. Quickly dodges out of the way. No purchase.
And then I try to follow the other one. How much do I have? 20, 35.
You're a wood elf. You should have 35.
It'll turn yellow, I think.
Yeah, it'll turn
Wood
yellow
elves
once
have a
we
little
break.
bit extra.
Yeah, right,
It should still apply.
So yellow is like the end. Yeah. So the last green one. You could, yeah, right there's probably between me and Wrath.
Yeah, I cannot move there, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's rough. That's why I'm
Oh, there
here. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. You run into the cave also.
It's your turn.
Because, no creature likes everyone just there. I will. As you see the cave fisher. It quickly throws out some adhesive filament at Pills.
Seems appropriate.
Great saving throw as you just see this surprise package of filament span on your body. You're stuck.
Ah!
It then uses retract filament.
Oh.
Give me another strength saving throw.
Oh, nice.
As you manage to dig your heels in, you're caught in the top of body, but you manage to just shove your foot into the ground. You're not taking me! As it tries to yank you further to it, but you hold steadfast. You are still restrained, but you do not get yanked. Very nice. That could have been gnarly, but it doesn't care. Off the top of the ceiling, it comes hanging over you all. It is not a very large corridor, and it does a claw attack at advantage against Pills because he is wrapped. This one's hungry. He hasn't eaten in a while.
Ooh.
24.
I think our strategy is going to have to change here, guys.
You see it rip into Pills for 9 points of damage. Just Pills just takes a like it's Starship Troopers, and the first one went through his upper abdomen shoulder,
shit.
and he doesn't look great. He's like hanging on.
Fucking brain bug.
He yanks out. He's just like, "Ugh."
That's a good one.
It does
It
look a
then
little bit
comes
like a brain bug.
striking down yet again, but this time on Hazel. Accidentally so, just in close proximity. Nonetheless, striking her. Hazel, you feel another pierce come through your left-hand shoulder as it hurts, it's dangerous, it's above you. What does Miss Ellie do? Miss Ellie is absolutely capable of going on hind legs to strike at this creature.
I guess she will attack it.
It doesn't have advantage, but she can strike.
Okay, I will try to. What is it? The claws. Okay. Oh wait, what is about the multi-attack?
This clause, you can do one of each.
Yeah, you could just do two, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I do the gloves. Yeah. First,
It's the
yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah. And then. Yeah. And then she
First
tries
strike.
to bite it.
She swings high, trying to get it off the ceiling, missing the first one. Follows up with the second one and catches one of the legs. Goes to yank it down for another crab leg. Doing 9 points of piercing damage. It's like Miss Ellie lands on the ground. I forget. You guys are doing straight initiative?
Yes.
Okay, I think I got it now. This is like kind of perfect. So Monday, Wednesday are straight initiative. Tuesday, Thursday are reroll initiative. Totally
that-
simple.
Is that every round they reroll initiative?
Oh yeah. Every round it's re-rolled. So either I get lucky and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you guys are fucked, or I'm just like at the end of initiative and they just steamroll me, and it's just like a disaster. But when I'm ahead, oh, they're sweating. It's really neat for power player teams because they're so used to like being like non-meta-y. At the end of the day, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
But with the reroll, it's like they talk about a plan and they're like, oh, this is what's gonna happen next, and then we go into the next round and it's a reroll, and then everyone's like, well, there goes that out the door. Like everything we thought we knew is just gone. People are dead. You know, like it's pretty wild. It's very dynamic. But nonetheless, Pills. We begin with you. Ellie makes their best swipes. You are restrained. You have to use an action to break free because nobody released you.
I will use my action to try and break free. Strength save?
Absolutely.
Or
Nice.
Pills, you muster. You find it. You slip the blade. The moment you give a knit to the smallest of threads, it completely releases. Like a freshly revealed, no longer guarded wound. You are exposed.
I'm gonna take the chance, and I'm gonna I'm gonna try and move away.
You're going to flee. As you try to flee, it reaches out with a claw. It makes a purchase.
Whoa.
I'm dead.
A critical. You see before
Ooh.
Pills even gets a chance, he just collapses. He goes,
Oh my
for it.
god. That's
Immediately
like
face down in the dirt.
points away from
Instant death.
4 points away from instant death.
Wow.
Close, but no cigar.
Are you're definitely unconscious though, yeah?
He is
Oh,
unconscious.
100%.
He's bleeding out. Things are not looking great. He's
That
in
was
pain.
almost fucking instant death.
He's hurting. But he's dead. He thinks he's gonna run. Wrath, you see no such thing.
He has left the table.
Yeah.
All right. Quick question.
Yeah.
Because it's on the ceiling, I don't how far away if I attack
It is
him,
so
am
it's
I at
within 5 feet of all of you guys because the
Okay.
cave ceiling is probably like 12 feet max, which no one brought
Oh,
up until now, but it's fine. So I always have such dimensions, but I leave it to the players because I imagine as you guys playing, it's what you care for. So if you don't care how high the ceiling is, we don't talk about it until you care. As such, and I did say it was always within range when it came to you. So I just
Yeah.
because we're still very fresh, I want you guys to know my descriptors are everything. I specifically choose these words to see if you're paying attention. Those who call it out, I'm like, okay, this guy's not drinking enough. And I'm watching you guys' videos and I'm like, okay, they're drinking water. I figured it out, or whatever it may be. But, there's always something. So, yes, it is kind of, filling up the entire upper area. For you, everything is flat. There's no
Okay.
disadvantage to anything. It is just the fact that if you try to depart, it is within striking range of you two.
Okay. Yeah, I picked that up, but just wanted to confirm. So I will do an action. I will dash. Just kidding.
are
Oh no, I
next.
moved.
It's okay.
I keep doing
You can
that.
still run your turn. You're good.
Okay. I will use Wrathful Smite to attack.
You get angry as Pills goes down. He's supposed to pay you, and you're like, "Not today!" And you go to smite this creature. Go
There
for
you
it.
go. Sure. Consume spell slot. Yes. Did it pop up? Do I just roll for damage or DC?
That's a wisdom save. So let me say first.
Okay.
Apparently, it's a psychic attack. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have no modifier, so it's very likely. Okay.
Yes.
You absolutely your frustration and anguish of watching Pills fall. The fisher looks at you confused, like, why are you so angry and making so much noise in this cavern as you strike? Go on, give me that damage. And it's frightened.
There it is.
You do 6 points of damage to it. On top of that, in its next turn, it can't do anything to move closer to you as a person. So if Wrath, you stand there, it cannot pass your entire team because it will not for any reason pass you, whether it's after anyone else. It is afraid of you. Keep that in mind. So it is feared of you. And it's interesting because, Hazel, you witness Wrath just give it the stink eye. He just looks at it. And psychically, it kinetically damages it, and it's fearful. But you don't see Wrath actually touch it yet. It looks as if it takes damage, or it's harmed in some way, as Pills is laying unconscious on the floor. It is your turn. What do you do, Hazel?
You are next.
Is it actually right next to me?
It is on top of you.
So was Wrathful Smite a bonus action only, or
It is
was
actually. I apologize. It was a bonus.
Or-
I've
Yeah,
just never
it's like
seen
a bonus
it. To be fair.
action that applies to your melee attack.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have had a hit first. Okay, so go ahead and try to hit, and we'll just.
Okay.
You shouldn't not miss, but let's see. It's possible. Pills did it twice.
It is definitely possible. Especially now that we're
Pills
bringing
has
it
been
up.
off his game.
Yeah, Pills has been having a low roll today. Started it off rough, and it's just been like a high and
He's
low
having a
stock
rough
exchange.
Oh,
You
okay,
actually miss,
speak of the
so that
devil.
Wrathful Smite will not apply. But there is this weird kind of linkage of communication that Hazel notices but doesn't see connect. But it looks as if you try to reach. As you try to stab with your lance. Missing. Hazel.
You are next.
I guess I will stab it. Guess I can reach it up there.
You shove your daggers, looking to make contact with the carcass. You go to rip through it, and you find a soft spot. Well, you find a soft spot. I wonder where that colludes, but you find a soft spot and you rip through. Give me some damage. Nice, maximum damage of 7 points.
Oh, the heck. The Hunter's Mark. Yeah.
1d6.
And Hunter's Mark. Yep.
But this is 1d6. This one.
Beautiful for an additional 2 points of damage from the Hunter's Mark. It's like it looks at you as a bigger threat than any of the others. Anything else, Hazel?
No, I'm staying. I don't want to get killed like Fields.
You know that Pills did something
Yeah,
very wrong.
almost.
Not
Yeah.
wise. The cave fisher sees that Pills is no longer conscious, but not also grasped with it. It focuses on Hazel.
Of course.
It does one claw to you.
Oh, come on, dodge. Oh my gosh. Oof.
Should have run.
It figured it out from the first time, or the previous time, and it just
Going
hits
to go
Hazel
straight to the brain.
straight through. You witness this, Wrath. Whoa. This is a very, very hungry fissure as Hazel just collapses.
Oh boy.
This fissure is looking to obtain in bulk as it looks out. You, Wrath. It's almost ignoring Miss Allie in a way that it's like that's a non-threatenable being in its mind, being a beast, where it looks at you as a human of uncertainties and does its final claw attack against you.
Oof.
Against
Definitely
who?
hits. Me.
That hits
Okay.
against Wrath. Wrath takes 10 points. Ooh.
Ooh, TKO.
Yeah.
Oh shit! TPK!
Wrath just gets stabbed. Wrath, you look at it. You look at them. It pulls out from you. You get this lightheadedness blur.
Oh fuck.
You two collapse and join your allies. Miss Allie is just pissed. She does not see things going well. She understands what fallen allies looks like. She is no fool. She goes ham. She comes and strikes you, ripping the bottom abdomen of such creature.
She just.
And so both attacks hit. One is a crit, one is a non-crit. So do one crit damage and one flat damage. Or if you wanted to roll all of it together,
Oh,
it would be
do damage.
a total of
And
3d8 plus 8. If you wanted to roll everything together.
Just do one normal. Do one crit. Yeah. And then do one crit.
So we did.
And then do a crit. Yeah, and then do a crit.
Nice.
Beautiful. Total of 30
Exactly.
points, right? Am I miss that's 30
30
points,
points.
or is it 40?
That's 30.
That's
That's
40.
30, yeah.
It's
Is it 30?
30.
It's 30.
30.
Oh
30.
no! Yeah, it's 30. Yeah, it's 30. Yeah.
29, 30. Yeah, I'm trying to give you more. I'm sorry. 30.
You know what? Yeah, 40 sounds really good.
Miss Ellie just messes this thing up. It's hanging on by a thread. Have Miss Ellie go ahead and give me a perception check at advantage to see if she can tell where she stands against this creature, of her well-being and its well-being. Miss Ellie doesn't take chances. It's questionable. Pills. Death saving throw.
Miss Ellie.
Jeez. Take
turns
away Miss
into-
Ellie, and this was dangerous. A pass. Very good. Wrath. Death saving throw. This thing did not do that much damage the entire first 2 rounds, and then out of nowhere it just smashed.
Crit.
No.
Oh.
Ooh, Wrath is. He's always been a street Mongol, so
It'll be
this
your
is. He's
turn
like, if
next.
I was gonna die, it'd be where no one will find me. You know, Hazel.
Oh,
Ah.
no.
You would never die below ground either, but this is why it's getting you.
It
The
is your
fissure
turn.
goes against Miss Ellie. Da-da-da-da.
Of course.
They're gonna trade blows. If Miss Ellie is 100% in the advantage, but that can all change. She gets hit for the first attack.
God, that's
Miss
right.
Ellie. She realizes now the danger that she faces, as half of her health, just under half of her health, is just obliterated from one attack. The final claw comes in. If Miss Ellie survives this and she gets a hit in the next round, it can all be over. Miss Ellie gets hit. Will she survive the damage?
Oh,
10
wow.
points. Miss Ellie just gets chinked. She's not giving up. Miss Ellie is up. She's going mano to mano. It went from she's in the guarantee to this is questionable. What is Miss Ellie doing?
A multi-attack again. She cannot do anything
She goes
else
for it.
against.
She goes in hungry. She attacks. This crab will not kill my allies. She hits
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
Wait, this was the claws. This is the damage to it.
Oh.
Rips through. From the ceiling. Collapses to the ground, dodging all of your allies. Miss Ellie just looks. She gets up. She climbs on top of it and sits. She echoes through the cavern as fire and magma rises to where your guys' ascended platform comes to be. Just for flavor. Just for flavor. I want you guys to roll the rest of your death saves. Pills is teetering on wanting to stick around. We got the other two just making it on the cusp. Pills is a
Right.
2-1. Wrath manages to bring himself to 1 point. Wrath just
Oh, fuck.
he blinks. Oh, what happened? You're at 1 HP, Wrath, and you see Miss Ellie sitting on top of a massive fissure. Your heart races. The heart attack might kill you again. And
I
then you
will,
realize
Yeah. I
your
will go.
allies are all down. You're down.
No.
But the
Yeah.
combat is over.
Okay.
What do you do? Go ahead,
I'm
Wrath.
gonna cast Lay on Hands to both of them,
How do you split
giving
it?
the 5/5.
Both of you guys wake up. Feeling the warm touch of Wrath, giving you guys each 5 HP. And you see Miss Ellie just... Hazel, in confused disappointment, you hear Miss Ellie tell you that she saved all of you. And you all failed her. That is the biggest just stab to the heart you have ever felt, Hazel, because you have never failed Miss Ellie. And she just claimed that she watched all of you die, and you just think that she witnessed everything that happened to her in the past again. But this time, the outcome has changed.
Her second family almost died.
Hazel, can you give me a wisdom saving throw to see where you stand in stability of this concept in your mind? It's killing you. It's eating at you.
just consider in the future when you request things of Miss Ellie, it's at a little less demand because you feel like you owe her at this time. But she's obviously not going to just walk up and cash in on you. It's just more of your emotions toward her.
Let's get out of here still, guys.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
You guys run off.
Sure that we should be
Is it
careful.
that way, or is it
You
that
see a
way?
further exit. Eventually. Now, it's this way. I forgot to put the little light of hope. There's a light of hope somewhere right here.
Is it over here?
Yeah, I forgot to put it
I think
on.
it's in this wall. Let's get it.
There's a light of hope. There you go. Yeah. Boop-boop. It's this way. You guys run through travel in about 45 or so minutes of walking and heat continuously kind of chasing you up to a point. About 20 minutes into this walk, the heat dissipates. It goes from getting hotter, slowly relaxing, becoming calmer, not so pertinent to the concern of one's well-being. You begin to sweat, cold sweat, feel a breeze coming from the tunnel above you. Gosh, where on earth could this be leading you to? And then you see a little platform and a lever. You would all have to stand on it to pull the lever to safely be pulled like a pulley upwards into a unknown space above that is closed at this time, but you would imagine, hopefully, upon ascending, it opens. How do you proceed? Elevators in the terminology do not exist, but passages higher do. I don't know how you wish to use it, but the word elevator is not a term.
Is the I think the fog of war is blocking.
Ignore the visual. This is theater of the mind. I apologize.
Oh yeah, no worries. So there's a lever. Sorry, just
Yeah. So you guys go through here. There's another room, and you guys find a like an elevator like platform that has a lever upon it. You know, pulling it will have a dolly-like system move upward. Though there is no opening above you because it's just like a maw of blackness, you imagine it would go somewhere clearly not below here.
There's no other.
Nope. But you can go
Well,
back.
You know, it is cooler now. Maybe we go back and go through the corridor where Pete went. Or
Is
do
it
we...
cooler because we got farther away from the magma, or because the magma went down?
We don't know
Also-
until we walk back.
Wrath like scratches his head and has realized what an ass of a statement. Like, maybe I didn't think about 100% the terminology of why I think we should go backwards.
There's still fire, huh? I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do.
If it's cooler here, maybe we take like a little 30-minute break.
That sounds
You know?
good. I think it is worthwhile to take a break.
Yeah.
You guys take
Quick
a
little short rest.
short rest.
Oof.
Everyone can roll a short rest as you guys are at the base of this entirety. As you guys are down there, can each of you go ahead and give me a perception check as you guys take a short rest? Hazel is too focused on Allie. Like, Hazel, your gut is just killing you, and this is so fitting as you lean in and you talk to Miss Allie like, I'm so sorry I blacked out on you. I'm so sorry you had to save us. Like, you're just guilty. You feel horrible that you don't pick up any of your surroundings as you are trying to take a calm here. Your anxiety is heightened because Miss Allie is not letting it down. She's just like, she's giving a whole therapy session and it's going very bad. But she deserves this. Pills. You look around and you find 3 crates. Each of these crates seem to be sealed shut. If you choose to try to open them, you can. Wrath. I am looking for a perception check when you're ready.
I can't figure out how to get into my
No.
character sheet.
Oh, that's because you ran off the map.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oof.
Yeah. So if you ever can't find yourself on the map, in the top right-hand side under actors, there is a players folder. You can always access it that way, no matter what. If it's not physically on the screen,
You can
Cool.
always roll from the sheet.
Okay. And you said perception.
Correct.
Okay.
Since you guys are waiting down here instead of taking the dolly up, you guys take a nap or a relaxation. And you too. Oh, actually, Pills, yeah, with that nat 20. Sorry, Pills, because I realized yours was now. The 3 barrels, though they're all sealed, one of them looks like it had attempted to be loosened. Wrath. You also notice that Pills is staring at 3 barrels, though they all seem sealed and tight. And you guys have had very, very, very much luck with breaking into things. But you may suggest as you do.
Take that short rest.
Are we doing that short rest? Sorry.
Yeah, you guys already had it, yep.
How do I do this?
Yeah, the perception was just while you guys were hanging out there, what you saw while you were resting.
Oh my god.
Oof, man, Hazel's not caring about her well-being. She's so her anxiety is so ridden against her that her dice rolls are just bad. I love it. It's aesthetically appropriate.
Are you guys rolling 1 or 2?
I think it rolled 1 just on its own, but
Okay.
You guys can choose to use as many as you wish, though. It has like a toggle for you to choose, technically. So when you guys take your short rest, it's like there's a dial that lets you decide how many dice hit points you use.
Mm.
So it's not restricted to just 1, but you can choose to use more if you want.
okay.
Nice.
Hazel makes a comeback
Okay.
with the second one.
I
She's
guess
like,
I'll
that
do
wasn't
it.
enough. She kicks in a second. So does Phil's. So does Wrath. Wrath is just mediocre on the board, but he feels confident.
Almost at
I
full
will-
HP.
Oh yeah,
go
I
and
mean, at this
investigate.
level for sure. Just roll wise, you feel you know your rest was more natured and leveling, where the rest were like freaking out, like, oh my god, are we gonna live after we go up this kind of thing?
Yeah.
What do you guys have any plan or discussion before going forward?
I was gonna go investigate the barrel that looked like it
Okay.
had been loosened.
Give me an investigation check. It looks as if the individual failed, and they probably attempted a handful of times, more than 5, easily. There's a handful of scars and marks of attempted entry, and maybe they loosened it in the long run, though without a crowbar on hand and enough oomph, you wouldn't know for sure. Do you have a crowbar by chance?
I think I might have one in my Giants
That would make
minor
sense.
skit. I
That
can
would.
hand it off to Pills. I'll be like, here. Go for it.
I have
Do you
a crowbar.
attempt? You
I have
Pills
a
has a
crowbar.
crowbar. He pulls the one out. He's like,
Oh,
"Thank
you have one. Okay, never mind. Take my bigger crowbar. Put it back.
Do you attempt some Pills?
I try to open this thing up with.
Go ahead and give me a athletics check as you go to pry it open.
Oh my god. Oh.
Wrath, you realize that this maybe isn't Pills' forte, as you see him just
All right.
he gets it into the previously attempted point, but makes no pressure effort to releasing it. So you pull
Oh.
yours out.
I'll pull my bigger one out and
Go
shove
ahead
it
and
right
give
in
me
there.
an athletics as you go and give me a pump.
All right. Oh, what? The same number? What is
You
this?
go to
Rigged?
your muscles kind of tense. Pills, you're like, oh, this is it.
Oh,
You look around, Pills, and you're disappointed in Wrath. Like, even he didn't get any further than you did.
oh man.
I guess Hazel noticed that and maybe send Ellie over to help.
Miss Ellie heads over. And go ahead and give me an athletics check for Miss Ellie.
Here it comes.
She just throws her entire raw weight just on it after it's been in place to where it belongs.
Where is that?
That's the life of being a risk taker, my man.
I know.
As the brown bear just comes up, poof, pops the top off. Poof.
No, my crowbar.
The crowbar's safe. The only top flue. As you see inside is plenty of grains used to be cooked into rice or any other needs. It just seems to be that of provisions, at least in this barrel.
I guess we should take it.
Provisions. Sorry.
Should open up all the other ones.
Miss Ellie gets behind them all. Just
Perfect.
without, like, everyone forgets there's bear strength and everyone wants to take their turn before you need to pull in the final number.
Sweet.
And Miss Ellie just pops them all open, and inside you see provisions across the board. Just a bunch of dry goods that, if encompassed in a way that wasn't video gamey, in which you can all gather without saying specifically you're taking them as 3 full barrels with you, I would say you guys would, as a team, get 12 days worth of rations.
Sounds
Unless
good.
you guys try to take further. But on a comfort level,
Fine with 12 days.
Nope. I think that was
Okay.
fine.
so as a team, 12 days of rations. I got that down. And I'll go ahead and... So there's an actual team icon that I'm working on in version 3 and all that, where it's all of you guys kind of compiled in and does an average HP, and then it has like a loot thingy. So I'll go ahead and... I'm taking the notes, but I'll go ahead and add that into that when it's enabled. So you guys have that visually for you.
Cool.
Outside of your own notes. But it doesn't have to be divided in any way. It's just a total of 12 days worth of rations. Now, with that, you guys take a short rest. Time has passed enough. Do you guys head up and venture northward into what this could be, or where it could take you?
I think we
I don't
do,
know if we have
but
a choice. I think we go up.
is this are these barrels filled with grains?
Yeah,
The
pretty
top?
much. It's as if the provisions presented here are meant to get by with nothing if whoever was present previously.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna see
That's
if there
why
was
I was
anything
giving you guys.
underneath.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check real quick as you try to dig into the barrels to see if there's anything hidden with it.
Looking for meat, maybe? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, you're hoping for more, and you're realizing that sometimes down here you survive with what won't go bad.
All right.
You guys head up as you pull the lever, and it leads you guys slowly and surely up this elongated elevator. What do you guys discuss? You guys went pretty deep.
Man,
We
I
almost
really.
died.
But
You
man,
my bear.
I didn't question the bear.
we got a lot of gold out. But I wonder what that was in that other corridor.
I got this cool cat mask.
Are you still wearing it?
Yeah, I think I'm still wearing it. I don't think I ever
You
took
threw
it
it back on. You're just like looking
I
around,
don't
like
think
I
I
got
ever
this
took it
cool
off.
thing.
I think I've been wearing it the
You
whole
did
time.
mention that you mentioned that you had it on. I don't know if you took it off when you were talking to Crayol, but you did say
see
like
that.
I look kind
I
of
don't think
foolish.
I
Yeah.
took it off.
When the
So you kept it
channel-
on. You got it.
Yeah, I think you didn't say it.
No, I mentioned that I still had it on.
Yeah,
when
you
I was
mentioned that you
there.
were wearing it, but so
Okay.
you're still wearing it, and you're just like, I guess it's the mask on top of your
I should
visual.
probably put this away, right?
Yeah, if we
Yeah,
bump
I'll
into somebody,
take
they
it
might
off.
want to steal it from you.
Yeah, I'll probably put it away now.
I think Ellie has a laugh inside.
Maybe if you give it to Ellie, it'll make her happy again.
Oh,
You-
no,
you-
I'm gonna
you-
hold on to it.
You take it off and you put it aside as you guys begin to smell sea salt in the air. A fresh air is coming down toward where you are as you all arrive. It settles for you, and you
Oh.
realize you're inside a building. A building that
Oh,
at one point you were not 100% aware of. At least all of you weren't. One of you, I think, came in here, though, correct?
I was so curious as to what that was initially, but now I know.
I think, but somebody actually came in here, I think. I think it was Pills, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
This is before my time, so
Yeah, I think Pills only came on this side, though. You didn't actually come up the stairs. I think originally somebody came, because the door is technically out here. So, like, if I showed you the map out here, it was, like, there. And I feel like someone originally curiosity about it. But nonetheless,
Oh, these people have an elevator that goes all the way down there?
Yes, so. Crazy.
Pills, give me an insight check as you say that aloud. As you like think in yourself, like, so if they knew, what was it a derby for, etc. The people who set the derby did not have an elevator down there. When the derby was announced, somebody with the resources necessary had a way there and failed. That was the tent you saw when it was ripped to shreds by the fizzer. Somebody was camping down there trying to figure it out without setting off the trap unsuccessfully. You understand this because the trap laid out before the camp was man-made in the sense that it was not presented for the cave itself. It was to win in before. You exited through a previous controlled entry point that no one had yet discovered.
Interesting.
So somebody built this elevator who's already been down there,
And never succeeded in retrieving the item.
and now it's gone. Damn.
Give me an investigation check as you put all this together and you try to figure out who was this person. You sift around and nothing leaves evidence of who was seeking it. But it does strike you very interesting that somebody knew, somebody had access, and yet they failed.
While we are in this room, can we actually, look around and find something in this?
Sure. Go ahead and you give
Boxes?
me an investigation check, Hazel. You find 4 health potions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
that
wow,
was useful. Give it to
that
me.
would have came in great handy.
I will put them in your inventory just 1 second. Let me pull it for you.
I always find helpful.
Can I take a look at these shields and see if I recognize any of these symbols?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a history check. To be fair, she already had 2. But she found 4 more. But not like you knew that. Wrath.
No, that's in the pack to fill me.
Sorry, that was
I
funny.
think you guys found them before Wrath was around, and you guys found them in the chest, and like they were just in her inventory.
You already had them.
But Wrath, you go do a history check over these two shields, and you realize very little. They have symbolisms of sorts, and you feel like, oh, I've seen a lot of people travel. I've seen so many come into town, but you've never seen these. They look like they've collected dust in some time. They've been sitting here. This almost looks like a abandoned warehouse of sorts. Everything around has a lining of soot that looks unattended. Even as you look around and at your steps, you realize that your footsteps, you and your entire parties, are the most recent.
Oh, interesting. Not even because I thought you said Pills was here last time.
He didn't go anywhere further than, and I guarantee you, if I look back at the recordings, I told them that it was a warehouse, and nobody went further in, and they just left saying, "Hey, there's a warehouse here" or something, and then everyone ignored it and went elsewhere. I think it was right around the kobold moment when they distracted you guys, but somebody stepped in and stepped out, so you wouldn't even see their footprints because it's probably been a day or two. It's probably been about 2 days worth of travel below since you guys have been up here.
All right. I can't seem to move my character for whatever reason.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know why you couldn't move yours because I don't know. But do you guys wish to leave or you guys wish to stay inside?
Is there anything else that we can investigate inside?
It looks like you guys took as much as you could, and so far you gathered what it is.
Does anybody want one of these shields?
I already have a shield, so I'm okay.
What proficient shields?
That's a good question. I was playing Baldur's Gate, and I was like, who the fuck is proficient to anything in my party? And I realized that half the items I have, no one's proficient to. So it's a good question to ask.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Like humans have like a proficiency with like almost everything.
Do you guys recognize any of these shields?
Well, take a look.
Go ahead and give me a history check, both of you.
Let me take a look too.
All right.
Nope, not for pills. Not for
Okay.
Hazel.
Would
They're
my
nice. They're very nice. They're not special in any way to your guys' understanding, but the insignia upon it definitely is like, well, it looks nicer than my ship, but that's it.
Okay. I was gonna say, ask, is my shield pretty basic looking, or
Yeah,
is it part of my?
overall, your shield and their shields, the shields you found, are built the same. It's just what it represents. So if you were to take the shield, it doesn't change any of your AC benefits, but a
Mhm.
potential interaction with somebody who might recognize the symbol. But the problem is that you don't know what it represents. So that is the risk you take. Who
Yeah.
do you attract?
Yeah,
in
and
the
I was
process?
gonna wonder if my shield carries my holy symbol or whatever look.
It does not. It is more, I mean, it probably does, but not in any ordained way. Like, it's not fully painted and blasted off like, hey, here I am, here's who I am. It's more like imprinted in a manner that you justified back when you acquired it.
Got it. Okay.
It wasn't like you bought it off a store. It was more an acquisition at the time.
Okay. Perfect. Is it possible for me to stash one of the shields in the Giants pack?
Not
Or
necessarily stash it. You could carry it on your back if you're using the other shield at all times.
I'll take it. I'll stash it on my back, and then I'll put the backpack over it, so that way it's
Which
hidden.
one? The red or blue?
Wow. I like the red. Let's go with the red.
Okay. You take what looks to be that of a wormling-like insignia upon a red backing.
And then I'll cover it up with the backpack on top of it, so nobody can see the symbol.
You got
Hopefully.
it. With that, I want to make it very clear. All of you guys at this time are aware of the shield in which he took. If any of you were to see this wormling-like white on red insignia, I will make it clear. And you guys can then weigh in the odds of whether or not it matters to you in any special way. But it is known that you guys all recognize this insignia for any future references, as it is now on your person, hidden in some kind of aspect. Otherwise, do you guys leave the building or stay with him?
I guess we should go.
I think
outside
I'm ready
now.
to go.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, I feel like we should find somewhere else to sleep.
Why? You didn't like
The inn we were in, like the people there seemed to know too much about me. And
Do
I
we
just
sleep
something
here?
to hide?
no, but they felt very red.
You guys appear on the opposite side of the port in which you guys are recently entered.
We could have definitely slept in there if you want to.
You could sleep in the warehouse if you chose to.
I feel like we should leave town.
Okay, where you wanna go?
Anywhere.
Is there something north? Is there something close
Huh.
to this town where we can
Somebody
go?
remembers they have a map.
Ah, I have a map.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we should
let's
find
go
it.
back inside just in case people see it.
You guys hustle back inside to the warehouse.
All right,
And
I'll lay
reveal-
it on top of one of the crates, and then I'll
You
kind of
pull out
just.
the map, and as you go to just flop it
Uh-oh. There are some people inside.
on top of
What?
the map, you can ignore anything you see. Boom! You guys see the beautiful map of discovery. You all stare at it. Each of you give me a D100. Let's see how much you guys provide to the map. Present to you.
Oh, is interesting. Is this like an accumulation of the whole party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It's a favor weight. So like if there's like so the way I do things is if there's a backstory, I know where this is way off in the boonies, you know it. But if it's like I heard rumors and then another player might have heard rumors, all of these collide into a potential you either both, oh, I represent something that might be of interest, or two different things in two different locations.
Okay.
You know, the game telephone, so to speak.
Okay.
But you guys have rolled pretty well across the board for the openers. So welcome to the Lesperia East regional map. You see that Here before you, there are pylons on the bottom right-hand side. You imagine these are the barriers that protect the clasp, which you guys understand. These pylons are a invisible veil, and it doesn't hide them, but anything that is unwelcome tries to pass, it will be harmed in some kind of way unless one of these pylons were hindered in a mechanism that would make them useless, breaking the entire chain across the board. This is just common knowledge of clasp. You lot appeared way down here. Now, I just realized something important. The actual map I did that had the final iterations has a little chasm right here that you guys come out of. But that's where you guys arrive. The new map will show the little chasm you guys appeared from.
Okay.
Here you know that clasp is considered the free traders of clasp. This is the one specific region or zone in this now presented to you guys visually is safe up until half of the Emerald Mountains and just outside on the western side of the free traders of clasp is controlled by any and all occupants within the city. These are the most safest places to travel within the square borders of the free traders of clasp. Hazel, you provide them information after looking at the map, and you say, no, there's more. Far north, there is a rising dominion of orcs. They refer to it in clasp as the domain in which they do not have freedom to enter. They do not try to expand further north in the domain for the purposes of avoiding war. Pills, you know the most of your team. You tell them so much gossip, so much verbiage about what is going on. You inform them that there's war between the orcs and the Taxians and the Loxodons and all of those who represent Lesperia, as the domain is the only local that is not controlled by the state government of Lesperians. In fact, Lesperians own the entire west side of the continent. But the east is what they fight to struggle over. And war tensions are found north. Here, tensions exist the most. Between the orcs and the Taxians, you don't know who's an ally or an enemy unless you can identify their markings. This building here is known as the Taxian Forward. Without it, there is no safe passage to the Lesperian government's end. That is the only place you can check into moving to the west from the east side. And the reason why is because the wilds persist even further south of that. An abandoned civilization once existed here on the far eastern side, along the docks of the mountains wide. But something mysterious occurred, leaving you all wondering what and why. The wilds persist. The further you go in, the closer you get to this abandonment, the harder things become. Significantly. This map, if you were to move your token, moves at 2 miles per hex, and that is accurate to this entire zone. As an average group, you can travel 18 miles per day with succession and no iteration of exhaustion. This is your overworld map where you appear here present at a chasm along one of the docks of the Free Traders of Clasps. Within their domain, you arrive on the top, back at the dock. This is your overworld travel. You guys may move up to 18 miles as a team at any time within a single day. Just know if it's not marked, you may discover more. This map will update the further you travel, as it only shows what you know as a collective team at any point in time.
Cool. Do we know where Pete's little surprise or little home is?
Right.
Home base?
Yes, Pete's home. 1 second, let me zoom in and mark a spot for him. right underneath the word traders, there's a small. So, I'll provide you guys another map that doesn't have all this text sitting over it. It'll be more of a sub map. But here, off near what looks to be some kind of farming ground, is where Pete claims his domain is.
Seems like we could
So we
go there then.
could travel, yeah.
Do we want to say hi to Pete, or do we feel like we need to sell off the stuff that we got from down under first? Is there a place to sell things?
Let's go. So we're in this warehouse still.
Correct. You're at the docks. You're at the port, really. You're at one of the ports.
We can make this our home.
It would seem at this port that at this warehouse that you guys reside, it has not been occupied in some time. Whoever tried to do this expedition never returned to report.
Let's just take a night first. Like, let's
Okay.
take a long rest. Let's take a night. Let's kind of recover ourselves, and then we can, I think, try and sell some stuff.
Okay. Sounds good. Maybe we can get some more money from that cats thing, and I feel like I only have this big backpack, so maybe getting some other means of holding things.
Yeah, I have an idea for this cat thing too.
Oh.
So you guys sleep.
Oh no, is it a hotel? Just kidding.
As you guys sleep and come to relaxation. Does anyone take a watch?
I can
We
take
should
the
set
first
up
one.
a watch. Yeah, we should set up a watch rotation.
Yeah.
I can take the
Do
first
each
watch.
of you take a watch, or do only two of you?
No, I will also like just split it.
Well, because you only have to sleep for half the normal time.
Right, I just have to be in this trance for 4
Oh.
hours.
Well, then only two of us really need to sleep.
Yeah, we could split it out. So I'll take 2 hours. Wrath, you can take 2 hours, and then Hazel can take 4 hours.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
Okay. Who goes first?
I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go.
You can declare them as you wish.
last.
Okay.
That's fine.
Oh no, wait, I'll go second because that means you get 4 hours uninterrupted. Otherwise, you'd have like a weird.
Right, I have,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do
I'll
it.
go second.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right. Beautiful. 1 second. I'm just doing things on the side. Got distracted. Bloop, 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 bloop. Beautiful. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Raz, as you guys take the first break inside the warehouse. And as you do, you gather about your surroundings. You sit wondering and pondering if anything could come of a threat. You look back down at this massive opening in the ground, this dolly system of elevatorisms that takes you down to the core, or to your understanding, the core was right here. But you found a hole, a beat up, forced cavern that just led you down to a whole other foundry. It weighs on you, Wrath. How many people knew and didn't work together to try to get to the same goal? Why was there so much interest separated than finding the single purpose? But then you traveled with these people that you never met before, into a derby that you never understood, and you still were able to grasp that something was off. These figures, these individuals, they were ready to spill blood for what they could find. And you found hundreds of gold. Hundreds! That makes you richer than you've been in years. And yet they wanted something else. You think as a team, you probably pulled about 1,000 or more. Gold itself. You've never seen more than 100 silver. and yet you feel the hunger of your team reside in you. You yourself don't know the purpose of the means or the reason, but you get that they know how to find it. And you like that. People who aren't struggling to find this to survive, but providing more than necessary and not even wanting that. That's intriguing. You look at these odd individuals, small, short, easy to plump and just pop with your own fingers, and the other not daring to touch because their bear will tear you to shreds. A unique force. With you on their side, a third force. You wake up Hazel. It's her turn to watch.
Oh, it was going to be pills.
No.
Oh, Pills. I apologize, Pills.
Wakey wakey.
Pills stretches out. It feels colder up here. Much colder. As is that without magma and lava beneath you. It looks as if Wrath goes and sleeps in comfort with ease. Can you go ahead and give me a perception and then a survival? Your second 0 for the day.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I don't know how to provide you any other opportunities, my friend.
This is
Pills.
crazy.
Now, the information provided is 100% pills only. The rest of you guys are entertained by such concept, but absolutely unbeknownst to your character awakening. Pills, you feel this harboring around you. It's almost dangerous. You feel this anger, this frustration. Pills, where are my games, my artifacts, my needs, my promise? Why have you failed me?
I got this cat mask.
That is no use to a powerful being like me who requires more strength, more need, more necessity to rule the army I lust over. You promised me the opportunity, the aspect of that power, and yet you failed me. You said you could find what no others could, and yet you find, but falter.
It's not my fault. There was like a fiend guy.
It's
down
not my
there.
fault. It's not me. It wasn't I. Every time I hear your failure because it wasn't you, yet you witness why and how. Explain to me exactly how you attempt to provide when all you can tell me is who took before you.
Well, maybe I can track down who took it, and we can still get it.
So you choose to cut the throats of a successor instead of introducing them to me to replace you.
Yes.
And what makes you think if you were able to cut through them and provide what you failed, you'd be more worthy than who succeeded ahead?
Well, because if I killed them, then I would be more worthy than them.
This is correct. But have you? No.
But not yet.
AZEREP is of disappointment, and we will be reckoning your life if you fail to complete. We expect payment of even the smidge of approval to appease our Lord. Basically, he informs you that it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it has the term magical upon passage, it will just get you through to not being hindered by the tortures that would come upon you for failure. Basically, they're squeezing you. And obviously, you don't have to pay now, but they're letting you know if you don't pay something, even a tithe, in between
you finding the relics necessary, danger may come to you and those around you.
You don't want the ring?
We will speak to you when necessary. The ring will be our vocal.
Sorry, the ring what?
Will be their vocal. They will use it to speak to you of their needs when payment is past due. Basically, so moving forward, I will provide you a register of sorts, and it's up to you in the background to make up the necessary needs as the rest of the party does what they do. Unless you make it their burden, but otherwise it is your sole responsibility.
All right.
You're basically given strike 2. And they're giving you supervisor anointment of watching.
Can I spend a little bit of time in the evening or the night just looking at the mask and seeing if anything stands out about it?
Sure. Do you have any way of defining magic?
Oh, shit.
Give me a insight check. You look at your sleeping ally, Wrath. If only he was awake and help me. You stare at it. It looks really fucking awesome. It's perfectly chiseled and drained. Whoever made this and placed it down there made it on the purpose of perfection. It can fetch clearly more than 600, but at the most intelligent individual, it would fetch 600, but it should fetch more. But you think the worst case scenario, this is what I can get. Though you know what could be, you're used to thinking on the lower mediocres, but there is potential with what you have.
I'll wait until the morning.
You wake up Hazel as it is her turn.
Okay.
Hazel,
Hello?
do you wake by yourself or do you forever, for whatever reason, bother Miss Ellie? Who saved you
No,
guys just recently?
I just let her sleep. She will
She
fall asleep
slumbers.
next to me. Yeah.
Sleeping and snoring as per. Can you go ahead and give me a nature check as you try to take in any and all that resides of naturalism around you? You know that the brick and the wood and the beams and the building stairs aren't alive. They're butchered. They're forged. They're materialized into hardened goods. But you knew at one point or another they were of authentic organic nature. And you reach out to them. Your Woodsley-like being in this warehouse manages to protrude 3 sprouts from a crate that had enough mildew and rot on it to birth new life. You notice this and find it, and you choose to harbor it as best you can. You imagine that with the general nurture and placement that you prepared it for, it would grow and prosper if nobody else were to enter this warehouse and disturb it. One can only hope. You look at Miss Ellie and realize that if you were to fail again, she could too. She made it very clear that she may not have woken up with you, but she did everything she could. Time comes, and in your relaxed meditation, you realize that it is morning. You go to choose to wake everyone, but give me a D100.
Wait.
Who would you wake up first if you had a choice, Hazel?
Maybe Ellie because she slept the whole night.
You go to touch Ellie, and as you go to touch her, this bluish emblem rises from your palm. You stop and you stare at it. You have no idea what this is from. Magical in every essence.
You feel that there's a power between you and Ali when you make contact with them that is not permitted from yourself or Ali. Someone else is casting the spell. And that is where we will end the session.
Ooh, nice.
We'll leave it there, and we will see. You guys made it out of the deep abyss. I for sure felt like someone was going to super fail and drop the ball. Pills, you almost lost it all trying to flee. And that crit just smacking you. That was surprising. I didn't see that. I was like, "Oh, that's a risk." I didn't see a crit. That was gnarly.
Oof.
But that's the beauty of it all. You guys made it through. No relic, treasure, but promise that someone else has it. Do we chase? Do we run into? Or do we find other filters? We will see, as you guys now have a map. And we will continue this next week. Until then. Meanwhile, is there anything that you guys feel could have been touched, was missed, or accidentally covered up in the process?
No.
All right. So I usually try to ask that at the end of every session, and the reason is because sometimes between all the chaos and all the awesome and all the wild and all the crazy rolls, things revert our attention. And there's certain aspects that people absolutely gave attention to that should be honored. I will always go ahead and backtrack and honor those things if we missed it, even if it was way out of the ballpark from where we are now. And that's just, sometimes recollection catches us off guard and funny things happen and we laugh and then we forget that important things happen for other players. So if you guys ever feel like something was missed, you always reach out to me, let me know. If it's something I can fix in the background, I'll fix it. If it's something that's totally missed where I was like, there should have been a roll for, I'll let you know and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, I hope you guys had a great night. You did amazing. You made it through alive and you're back at the port. You have a map showing you the entire region for you guys to discover and potentially more in your own discoveries. Where it will lead you, we will see. But until then, I hope you guys have a great night and we'll meet together next week to see what happens between Miss Allie and Hazel. Well,
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. You guys have a good night and